Fears. Audience. Coffee first. Now we're rocking. Start the show. What's up, guys? Fears. Audience. Fears. As you can hear, or if you can't hear, I'll tell you, but usually whenever it rains, you guys can hear it, because the window is right over there. It has been pouring down all day. And now it just finally, stopped for about 10 minutes, and now it's just drizzling, but I just checked my phone a couple of minutes ago, and they said that it's supposed to rain even more tonight, so... Has it been a good day? It's been an interesting day. I don't know about a good day. It's been okay. I hardly got any sleep last night because I don't know which neighbor, but one of my neighbors was making all sorts of noise, and I try to be a good neighbor. You know, I've never knocked on anyone's door for a bad complaint. I've always knocked on my neighbor's doors for something good. So, I just tried to sleep through it. That's why I'm a little tired. Excuse me for a second. So this coffee better kick in, and it better kick in quick. Anyway, so there was that, and then I didn't go to church because until I get my AC fixed, my church is like an hour away, so I did not want to sit in the humidity, because this morning it wasn't raining, so I pretty much could make it to church, but I didn't because it was sunny, so it didn't start raining until I think it started raining like at 10, so I would have made it to church, but I didn't want to drive back, through all the rain and all that stuff, and I got to get my AC fixed. So hopefully, I've called them. They said my dealership said call tomorrow morning. So after work, I'm going to get home, give them a call. I hope tomorrow I can drop my car off. If not tomorrow, then sometime this week. So that's been kind of a bummer. So I didn't get much sleep. And then when I did go out, it was so crammed at Walmart. I was doing some grocery shopping. I did a nerd haul, so I got a nerd haul for you guys today. But yeah, it's been kind of a crummy day. The weather's been miserable, and then I've been tired. Here we go again. So it's been kind of a crummy day. So hopefully the day will get better. It already has gotten better because now I'm doing a live stream for you guys. So, yeah. But anyway, let me open up the chat here. There we are. So, it hasn't been a bad day. It's just been an interesting day. It's just been an okay day. So, and primarily it's because I'm a little tired. Because I don't know if one of my neighbors moved out or something, but I don't, and the thing is, I don't want to blame any of my neighbors. I know it was one of my neighbors, but I don't want to put the blame on anyone because I don't know who it was that was making all the noise, but I'd sleep for like 20 minutes and then I'd hear a bunch of banging and I got up and, I would use the restroom and get myself a glass of water and then I would go back to sleep. And then an hour later, more banging, more noise. So I don't know what the hell was going on, last night. Anyway, let me open up the chat here. Let's see. Here we go. So forgive me if Fears is a little tired. Just a tad. But yeah, there we are. All right, there we go. Water, and then I would go. There we go. The chat is open. The chat is live. Today's topics. Fears did not live stream yesterday, so I caught up on a lot of movies. So I watched I watched a bunch of movies. So we're going to be reviewing Planet of the Apes, the original, Planet of the Apes, the remake of this, and then I watched not one, not two, but all three. Resident Evil Trilogy. So we got Resident Evil Apocalypse, and then Resident Evil Extinction. So yeah. Yo, Visions, what's up? Visions said that he just had... Wait, are you saying that you just had a shower? Or are you asking that I just have a shower? Or should I take a shower? Well, the answer is, I took a shower when I got up this morning, but I'll probably take another shower before I go into work tonight. And then you said, sorry about your neighbors banging. It's all right, buddy. It's not your fault. It's not your fault. And again, I don't know which neighbor it was, but they were keeping me up to all hours. So yeah. So anyway, we're going to be reviewing 5 movies today. So I watched this whole trilogy. So bada bing, bada boom, all 3 of these. I'm currently in the shower. Okay. All right. There you are. And then these. So yeah. Yo, Rebecca! Rebecca, are you going to behave today? Because I really don't want to time you out, you know. How am I doing? I'm doing all right. I'm doing okay. Like I said, Fears is a tad bit tired and a tad bit frustrated because you guys know me. I need my full 8 hours. If I don't get 8 hours, Fears is a little cranky. If I don't get 8 hours, then at least give me at least 6 hours, you know. So I was sleeping on and off last night because, again, I don't know what neighbor was. I don't know what neighbor was causing all the banging and all the chaos, but yeah. So yeah, that's a lot of movies in one day. Good work. Well, if it wasn't all in one day, Visions. If you do recall, I didn't stream yesterday, so I watched a couple of movies yesterday, and then I watched a couple of movies today. So yeah. Yo, what's up, Joey? And again, I couldn't go to church, so I was kind of bummed out about that, because driving around without any AC sucks. Sucks. It just conked out, and I'm like, well, there you go. There you go. So, anyway. Now, it wasn't raining this morning. It started raining around like 10:30, and so and church starts at usually it starts anywhere from 9:30 to 10, and then it gets out at around 12:30, depending on how long the sermon is. If it's a long sermon, then it gets out at 1. If it's a short sermon, then it gets off at 12. But sometimes they have a luncheon after. They haven't done a luncheon in a long time. So yeah. So I am not going to go to church until I get my car fixed. So yeah. I've been thinking about it, Joey. I've had the Fears Mobile for quite a long time. So I've been thinking about getting a new car, but I really don't want to get rid of the old Fears Mobile because it means a lot to me, because that was the last car that me and my dad, we went out car shopping together, and I bought it a long time ago. That car is old. It's like, when did we get it? We got it 2000. I think we started shopping for it in 2011, but we bought it in 2012. So yeah. So it has a lot of sentimental value to me, so I don't want to get rid of the Fears Mobile. And really, there's nothing wrong with it. It's just the AC craps out every 3 or 4 years. Like the last time the AC crapped out, and trust me, you use the AC a lot more down here than... I never had to replace my AC in Missouri. Never. Not once. Not once. So far, this will be the second time that I've had to replace my AC. The first time it crapped out, Joey, I think it was right before COVID started. Like, COVID started, like, in 2020. It was, like, right before. I think it crapped out, like, around January of 2020. And I don't think COVID started until, like, March of 2020. And I got it fixed right before COVID. So, I mean, the AC does pretty good. It lasted all of 2020, 21, 22, 23. And now it crapped out around 24. And someone's calling me while I'm trying to do a show. Give me 1 second. Randall!
Hey, Pierce.
Yo, I appreciate you calling me. I appreciate you calling me back, buddy, but I'm right in the middle of a show. Can I call you right back after the show is done?
No.
No?
No.
Wow. You seem down, buddy. What's going on?
I don't know.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
You son of a bitch, Randall. I felt like
you're in the middle of the show right now.
I'm right in the middle. I mean, the fans are listening to this conversation, right?
How freaking dare you, Fears?
Well,
I thought this was a private conversation.
Well,
how dare you not warn me? How fucking dare you?
I did warn you. I told you I was on a show.
Oh, okay. Never mind then.
Yeah, you son of a bitch. So how dare you, Randall, for interrupting? How dare you interrupting my show? You think you can just walk in here?
I'm more important than the show, Piers. I'm more important.
This is true, Randall. You are important.
I'm an important person. I'm like a politician.
I wouldn't go that far, Randall.
I have diplomatic immunity.
Randall, you don't want to be a politician. Trust me. I mean, did you?
I know. I would not. Yeah.
You don't want to be a politician. Someone literally tried to assassinate Donald Trump not a couple of days ago, a couple of weeks ago, but. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I'll talk to you later.
Anyway, Randall, do you want to come on the show? Because I can call you through Facebook and...
yeah, sure. Hold on. It's going to take me about 10 minutes to get Facebook up.
All right, message me on Facebook and let me know. Or give me a call back and I'll let you know and I'll have you on the show for a little bit.
All right, bye.
All right, bye. Randy is right. He is important, but I'm like, politician status, I wouldn't go that far, because... Nothing against politicians, but there's so much crap going on in politics these days. Fears only cares about as long as we have a president and he's trying to do his job or he is doing his job. That's what I care about. And you know what? I said a lot of bad things about Donald Trump, which I regret because nobody deserves to die. Like, I was shocked. And you know what? That assassination attempt actually happened when I was on vacation. And it was actually at the coffee shop. And I don't know if I told you guys about this. I had just finished a live, I think, and I was editing a video. Because I uploaded, I think, 2 or 3 videos on my vacation. So I was just staying busy while I was editing, and I'm editing, and some lady kind of went like this to like take my headphones off, and she's walking out, and she went like that, and then I was like, I took off my headphone, I was like, oh, are you talking to me? She goes, yeah. She goes, did you hear the news? And I was like, no. I'm like, what are you on about? And she's like, oh, you didn't hear? And I was like, what? I'm like, no. I'm like, I've been busy. I said I've just been editing. And then she was like, what were you editing? And then I said, oh, I was editing a video. I'm a YouTuber. And then she's like, oh, well, she's like, the reason why I told you to take off your headphones, Donald Trump almost got killed. And I was like, really? And I'm like, how'd that happen? She goes, it's all over YouTube. It's all over Google. It's all over Facebook. It's all over Instagram. Just go ahead and check it out for yourself. And I was like, okay. So she left, and then I wrote in, Donald Trump assassination, and bam, tons of videos popped up on YouTube, and I was like, holy shit, this thing is real. Anyway, Randall said for me to give him a call. All right, Randall, I'll give you a call. So, yeah. So, even though I don't think Donald Trump should be president, I don't think he should be. No one deserves to die. You know. That's about as political as I want to get. You know. All right, hang on, Randall. Hang on, buddy. I'm calling Randall right now. Give me a second. I want to see what Randall thought about the assassination, because it was pretty nuts. I mean, I was definitely taken back, you know. Joey, what did you think about the assassination? What did everybody think about the assassination? Let me know in the chat. I mean, it was definitely out of left field, you know. All right, Randall. Here we go. I'm calling you, Randall. Hang on. Randall.
What up, Fears boy?
Nothing much. Don't you mean Fears man?
Fears boy, man.
I'm not a boy,
Fears
Randall.
boy.
I'm a man. I'm 40 years old. I'm an old man. I'm gonna be 41 here in a couple of months. You know.
Oh yeah.
So,
yeah, Fears.
Yeah, Randall. I know you're older than me. I know you're older than me. So, Randall, I was telling everybody we don't have to talk about this if you don't want to. But it was brought up, and I brought it up also. So, Randall, where were you when the Donald Trump assassination happened? Because it happened to me. I was telling the fans when I was on vacation. I was editing. I had just got done with a live, and I was editing a video because I uploaded like 2 or 3 videos while I was on vacation, and some lady kept pointing at me like this, and then she was like, "Take your headphones off," and I went like that, and I was like, "Are you talking to me?" And she goes, "Yeah." She goes, "Didn't you hear? Or did you hear?" And I said, "I don't know what you're on about. What?" And then she was like, "Oh, Donald Trump almost like died," and I was like, "Really?" And then she was like, "Yeah, like somebody tried to shoot him," and I was like, "Oh man!" And I said, "When did that happen?" And she's like, "Oh, it's all over Facebook, it's all over Instagram, YouTube. Just Google it, you'll find a video about it." And I went, "Oh, okay." And so she left, and then I literally just went into YouTube and wrote in Donald Trump assassination attempt. All right, I wrote something like that. Bam, 1,000 videos popped up, Randall. So I was just curious, because I haven't had you on the show in a while. Where were you when it happened, and what did you think about it? Like, tell me all about it.
I don't remember where I was, but what I thought about it is at least they didn't kill him.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I know my friend Jason Cool, he's like a real big fan of Donald Trump, you know, and he told me that he voted for him. I said a lot of mean things about Donald Trump that I kind of regret. But I was being honest. I don't think he's good as a president, but nobody deserves death. So, literally, whenever right now I'm editing the Missouri vlog. I actually give a shout out to Donald Trump in that vlog because I
read 2 books by Donald Trump.
Yeah. I mean, I think he's a good businessman. I mean, nobody's perfect, but I just don't like him as president. But I thought, I mean, it was crazy, like when he got attempted assassination. It was insane. Did you watch the video like everybody did?
Yeah.
I watched it, and I mean, it was close. He got his ear clipped. If he would have been standing, like, you know, either 2 inches to the left.
They said if he would have just turned his head, he would be dead.
Yeah, I mean, because the ear is close to the brain. So, I mean, depending on where he's standing, 2 inches to the left, 2 inches to the right, you never know.
Yeah.
So, Randall, I can't talk about it on stream, but as soon as this stream is done, I'm going to call you back on Facebook because I've got some news to tell you.
Okay.
And it's like kind of news that I don't want. Nothing against my YouTube fans. I love my YouTube fans, but it's like personal, and I need your advice on something.
It involves your bank account number and your routing number, right?
I mean,
pretty much, yeah.
Randall, I thought we discussed me giving you $5,000 was going to be on the hush hush.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, that would never happen in a million years.
$5,000. Oh, would never happen in 5,000 years. Like if I made a Fierce Man movie. You would
Oh
give
yeah,
me
yeah. Well, I mean, listen, if you were in a jam, Randall, I'm all about helping friends out. So if you were in a jam and you needed 5,000, if I would give 5,000 to anyone, it would be you, because I know for a fact you're a good friend. You'd pay me back.
Yep.
And especially if you pulled something out of your ass, right? If you pulled something out of your ass and you were like, Fears, like check check YouTube right now, or check your Facebook. And I checked it, and there was a full on like real Fears Man live action movie trailer, and I was like, how the fuck did you pull this off? It would be worth every penny, because you've taken my childhood hero that I created, Fears Man, put him in a film, saw him flying through the air, because I'm getting older, Randall. I don't know if I'll be able to play Fears Man if it ever goes to the live action. I told you, though, this a long time ago.
I don't think Fierce Man necessarily needs to be young. I think you.
I mean, this is true. I mean, but like,
I think you have another 10 years in you as Fierce Man. I think.
Here's the thing: is if it ever went to a live action movie, Randall, I would either want to play Will-El, Fears Man's father.
Yeah.
Or I'd want to play Fears Man. If I got too old to play Fears Man, at least a cameo in it.
You know, like, originally I wanted let's see, who's the kid from Superman?
Well, it depends on...
He was in an Amy Jo Johnson movie. I can't think of his name. But that's who I originally wanted to play Cameo Man.
Because I was like, you're going to have to be more precise, because I was like, a lot of people have played...
He played Jimmy Olsen in The New Adventures of Superman.
He was in Child's Play 3.
Yeah. I'm going to look him up right now. Hold on.
I know who you're talking about. I know who you're talking about. I can't... Because I have Child's Play 3, and I have all the episodes of The New Adventures of Lois and Clark. Dean Cain played Superman, and then Terry...
Yeah.
Whatever her name is, she played Lois, but I can picture his face, but I don't know his name. Yeah, he played Jimmy Olsen. So, yeah.
Yeah, that is who I originally wanted to get to play Cameo Man.
So before I took over the role of Cameo, he's not really a kid anymore. Like when I first started,
well, he is a kid. Yeah.
Well, when I first started voicing Cody, he was like 16, 17. Now that I've been voicing Cody's voice for quite a long time, he's like 18 or 19 now. So he's not really a kid He's not really a kid anymore. Or he was never really a kid. He started off as a teenager, I guess. Whatever you want to call it.
Justin Whalen.
Is that his name? Okay. Yeah.
Justin Whalen.
Yeah, that's his name. That's his name. And so
I originally wanted him to play Cameo Man.
Okay, so before I took over the role as Cameo Kid, who did you see playing Cody?
Cameo Kid? Well, back in the 90s and the 2000s, I would have gone with Frankie Muniz, you know?
Okay, all right. Nice. So, Randall, how's your day been? My day's been okay. I've been super tired because my neighbors were... I can't put blame on just one neighbor. I don't know who it was. Like, there was so much banging and noise and shit last night. I'd get up, you know, after they woke me up, and I'd use the restroom, and I'd grab a glass of water. I'd go back to sleep for an hour, then more banging. I'd get up again, and then I couldn't get back to sleep, so I was like, all right, I'll watch like an episode or two of Star Trek. Then I fell asleep on the couch. Then I woke up again because they were banging. Then I went back to bed because I don't mind napping on the couch, but I like to sleep in my own bed. And so I must have woke up like 4 or 5 times last night because I don't know what neighbor, but one of my neighbors was doing God knows what, making a whole bunch of noise. And I was like, I just want to sleep. I just want to sleep. That's all I want. So I took a nap today, and then I didn't want to go to church because I wanted to, Randall, but until I get my car fixed, my church is like an hour away, and I didn't want to drive in the heat. And then it started raining, and then it was pouring down all day, and now it just finally stopped like 10 minutes ago. Now it's drizzling. Has it been raining out?
I mean, if God wants you to go to his sermons, God's got to ease up and take it easy on you. Be like, God,
I wish
none of these storms, please.
Well, you know how your church, if people can't make it, they do the Skype or the Skype calls or the what is it? It's not Skype.
Yeah, Zoom.
Zoom. My church doesn't do that. Like, they don't do the Zoom. They just say, hey, we've got one sermon. It's always on Sunday. If you miss it, oh well, too bad, so sad. And the only reason why I drive an hour away is because that church is really good, and it's the church that I grew up in ever since I was like 5. And before my dad died, my dad was like, let's see if we can find our church out there. And I was like, I don't know if there's a church out in Florida, Dad, that's ours. I swear, Ren, I thought our church was like a Midwest church. Apparently, that church is popular, and they're all over the United States. There's even one or two locations of my church in Hawaii. Which I was astounded. But I was like, all right, that's cool. So I started going there, and then my church family is awesome. They're like the most nicest people ever. But I'm telling you, I was like, if I driving there without any AC, that would suck. And then around 10:30, it started raining, and it's been pouring down all day. So has it been raining where you are, Randall, all day?
No, and I really hope it doesn't rain tomorrow because I really want to get in my writers group.
Oh, nice. Any new writing projects?
Yeah, I'm working on one right now.
Nice.
If you read Every Day is Magic, you'll know in the book there's always these reports from this guy called Paul Pasadena, who is like a therapist, and he's an unconventional therapist, and he does therapy in an unconventional way.
Now, Randall,
and
I didn't mean to interrupt you. I have something to admit, because the trolls always give me shit. And they always say some bullshit like, Fears is illiterate, he can't even read Randall's book. It's not that I can't read. I enjoy reading. I know how to read. I just haven't read Randall's book yet. But I do plan on reading it, Randall. So I just want to...
have it?
I do have it. You gave it to me.
Was it
I have
Every Day is Magic?
I have 2 of your books. I have the little memory book, and then I have one of your magic books, because I know you wrote one.
Yeah, that's not my novel, but yeah.
But those are the only 2 that you've given me so far, and I do plan on reading both of them and reviewing them. I just haven't done it yet, so I wanted to apologize to you that I haven't read it yet.
No, that's okay. Don't worry about it.
But I am planning on it. I've just got I've had a lot going on, and I do plan on getting to it. So, because they're like, oh, he'll never read it. And I'm like, I do enjoy reading.
Yeah.
I'll be honest, I just like to watch movies more. And I think we can establish that.
Yeah, I definitely think you need to read more, Ferris.
I do. I do. And whenever I do read, like I read a bunch whenever I was on vacation. I brought 3 books, and I almost finished one of them. The other 2 I'm still working on. Right now I'm reading 3 books. I'm reading that Christmas Carol book, and then Paul Jr. Designs bio book, and then I started reading your magic book. So I do plan on, and those are the 3 books that I took on my vacation. Yeah. So I do plan on finishing it though, buddy.
Yeah.
So what are you working on right now?
Paul Pasadena, he's a therapist. Is
that your new novel?
It might be. It's going to be a collection of short stories, just like clients he's helped. And, I get a lot of ideas from Dr. Phil, and, there's a lot of clients on Dr. Phil that Dr. Phil helps, but I don't feel like he did as well as he could have. Yeah. And basically, when I see, a Dr. Phil episode that I'm unsatisfied with, I write like what I would do with the patient and the therapy that I would give.
You know,
stuff
Randall,
like
what
that.
a stroke of genius was, and you guys, Randall didn't even tell me he was going to do this in the third episode of Fears Man. You just said Fears. We're just going to have a bunch of like non-named villains that Fears Man takes down.
Yeah.
And I was like,
well, you had originally written just like some random villains, just like no name people.
Yeah.
But I decided to make one of them Dr. Phil.
Yeah, like an evil Dr. Phil. And you didn't tell me until you sprung it on me, because me and Randall, before we make it public.
Oh, I gotta get the hell out of Dodge,
yeah,
y'all.
before we make each episode public, Randall will finish one scene and then I'll watch it. I'll prove that scene. We'll go on to the next scene, and then he puts it all together. So he's like, Fears, he's like, I just want you to watch something. Don't say anything until the end of the scene. So I'm like, all right. So I'm watching. Everything's going good so far. All of a sudden, my eyes went from this little, they got that big, right? And I was like, oh my God. And then Randall said, is that an oh my God, like you approve, Fears, or a oh my God, that sucks? And I was like, no, it's a, oh my God, this is amazing. I'm laughing my ass off. And I was like, I so approve an evil Dr. Phil. And see, Randall, we didn't kill him off. We killed his henchman off, but we didn't kill evil Dr. Phil. So I would love for evil Dr. Phil to make another appearance in a future Fears Man episode.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah. He's got to come back.
Maybe it's Dr. Bill.
No, we're gonna have him as Dr. Phil. He's just an evil Dr. Phil. He's turned evil. He's like, I'm sick and tired of trying to help people. People need to help them fuck themselves, and I'm all about greed and money. And then you had like a little black bandana like around his eyes and shit.
Yeah,
I thought it was
mess, but yeah.
I thought it was fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was a bandana or whatever, but yeah. So how did you think of that? I'm just curious.
Well, I mean, I am a doctor. I love Dr. Phil.
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, I know that, but like, how did that pop into your mind?
On cable, like, he's probably what I watch the most. You know, and I've got a few of his books. I've read his books. He goes over his methodology and stuff, and he's really good. Mm-hmm. And like one day, I was just like on a Dr. Phil kick, and I was like, it'd be funny if this guy was like Dr. Phil. And I just decided, because I started drawing him, and he started looking like Dr. Phil, and I was like, well, if he looks like Dr. Phil, I might as well just do the voice.
I mean, it's pretty spot on. You had his, like, real poofy mustache going on with his bald head, and I was like, I mean, this pretty much looks like Dr. Phil, buddy. I mean...
Yeah, so it started looking like him, so I just said, let's go full Monty, and I'll do the voice and everything, and it'll be great.
Oh, the
I'll
voice...
Give him the suit, I'll give him the red tie, the red power tie.
Randall, three of your voices, whenever you act, are my favorite. Would be Evil Dr. Phil, your over-the-top narration, like, will Fears Man save the day? Find out on the next episode of Cameo Man or Fears Man.
I call that the 1950s radio announcer.
Yeah, it's like an over-the-top 1950s, or like a movie narration kind of guy, you know?
Yeah.
And that one's my second favorite. And then whenever you do an evil laugh, like whenever you were playing like Milkman, you're like, have some milk, Fears Man. And then you like did this evil laugh, and but see, no, it's even better than that, Randall. Like that was like only you trying a little bit. Like whenever you give it 100%, your little evil laugh is hysterical. It's great. So those are like my three favorites.
I get the 1950s announcer voice from the guy who did the announcing on Batman. The 1960s show. Yeah.
So Randall, what did you think of Mike's performance as Cody? And the only reason why I had Mike do it in Fears Man 5 is, one, I was already playing Kenneth Clark and Fears Man. You were already doing Randall Brownstein and Black Aldrin. And then Mike has been begging me. He's like, Fears, I really want to play some type of voice. He goes, I love your cartoons, man. Like, we're buddies. Can you get me in there? And I was like, yeah, I can get you in there.
And the reason I came up with the altered voice for Cody is because I do Bible study for this one guy.
Yeah.
And he usually has like a very nasally type of voice, and then we went over to his house to do Bible study, and he was talking like this, and I'm like, dude, what happened to your voice? And he says, oh, I broke my arm. You know, the broken arm, the medication they got like deepens my voice, and
I was like, kind of wondering.
Dude, it really deepened your voice.
Yeah, I was
like, yeah.
I was kind of wondering where you got that, because Mike called me and was like, Fierce, what's up with this, like this lower voice shit in the script? And I was like, I don't know. I'm like, me and Randall like co-write. We always co-write. Yeah. And I said, Randall wrote that part. And I'm like, I thought it was funny.
And that's the reason. I took it from the guy who I usually do Bible study with. His voice was really lower
Mike,
than usual.
Mike
like, he sounded like Barry White.
Yeah,
I
Mike,
was like, whoa.
Mike didn't have your number. And so he calls me up and he's like, Fierce, what's up with this low voice, broken my arm type of thing? And I said, Mike, here's how me and Randall, we bounce ideas off each other. I said, I have somewhat of an idea of what the episode's going to be before the fans see it. I tell the fans, here's the 10-second version of how Fierce Man 6 is going to go, Fierce Man 7, blah, blah, blah. I said, then me and Randall have a writing sesh, and we just kind of throw ideas out. And then I'll be like, Randall, we need to come up with a story around this idea, this theme. So it's like half us making it up and then half of it is planned. Like, I knew that Black Aldrin was going to come back and they were going to duke it out. I had no idea if I wanted to kill him off or bring him back. We decided to have him still alive, but he's stuck in space in a yellow block. So how he's going to get back to Earth and get revenge on Fierce Man or Randall Brownstein, I don't know. But we have the possibility of him coming back in another episode.
Yeah.
So there it is.
Well, typically what we do is, you'll speak your part. You'll say, okay, here's what I want Fierce Man to say.
Yeah.
And then it comes time for me to say something. You're like, Randall, go ahead and say whatever you would say in this situation.
Yeah.
And we just go back and forth like that. In the case of Fierce Man 5, we had to cut down Kim Eagle's dialogue because the girl who played it said you can only have 100 words, and 100 words is all I'll do.
Well,
and then we gave her 106, and she says, okay, with 106, I'll do it. But,
well, that's the last time we're going to use her, because I don't understand. We've used her in Fierce Man 1. Then we used her in Fierce Man 3, and now Fierce Man 5.
Well, the last girl that we used won 100 words, too.
Yeah.
But the first girl wanted to charge us for, like, commercial use and, like, using it and her giving her rights away. And then
I told you, I said, Randall, write her back. I said, we're not going to put this in a commercial. We're making a short film, a short animated cartoon film.
Yeah.
And then she wouldn't budge.
And she never had a problem with it before. She
never.
worked for us like twice or three times before.
Yeah,
and we were like, what the fuck?
We've used that girl she played Helena in Fierce Man's Chronopolis mother.
Yeah.
Then she played, wasn't she in Fierce Man 3 too?
Yeah, she was Kim Eagle in one of them.
Yeah, she was, oh no, she was in 1 and 2 because Kim Eagle interviews Fierce Man. Yeah. So I think she was in 1, 2, and now 5.
Yeah.
And I was like, Randall, that's the last time that we use her. And then...
Well, let's not mention her name, though.
No, I'm not going to mention her name. And then we found a new girl that doesn't care... Like, hey, this is
and she charged. I think the new girl charged $15, which was $10 less than the other girl.
And so I was like, okay, so I gave you the money, and I said, Randall, hire a new girl, and then she was kind enough to send us a sample of her voice.
Well, we worked with this girl before. See, we worked with these two girls before. One was Kim Eagle, one was Helena.
Yeah.
And because Kim Eagle was in the first one, remember? Because like
she played.
No. Kim Eagle was played by Ryan's wife in the.
That's
first
right.
one.
That's right. So
she played. One girl played Helena, and then the other girl played Kim Eagle in Fierce Man 2.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
So we worked with both these girls before, but one of them said, "Oh, I want commercial rights."
Yeah.
I was like, "Yeah, $45 extra," and I was like. No.
Which didn't make any sense because I'm like, and I said,
well, it makes sense to me. She wants the commercial rights so she can promote it and shit, but yeah.
But I'm just saying, we're not putting it in a commercial. And then she's like, well, what if it goes to a movie? I'm like, it's a small little cartoon project. It's not going to go to a movie. I said, only in Fears' wildest epic dreams would it ever be a movie. And I said, if it ever did go to a movie, yeah, then we would give you credit where credit is due. But I said, it's just a small little cartoon animated short film.
Yeah.
And then, so I was like, Randall, we got to get rid of her. I'm like, because we're on a budget here. And Randall, it was actually Randall's idea. You said, well, Fears, remember how we used the other girl for the other one? I said, do you think she would have a problem? And he goes, and then you said something like, I don't remember exactly what you said, Randall, because I don't want to put words in your mouth. But you said something to the effect of, let me message her Fears and let me see if she's okay with the money that we agreed upon and no changes. Apparently she was cool with it, because we're definitely going to use her again in 6 or 7.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, it was a big crisis, buddy. But the thing is, I don't understand why she changed right away, you know? Like, she was fine with number 1, she was fine with number 2, and then all of a sudden it's a big deal, you know?
Yeah.
Because I was like, well...
no museum privilege, commercial rights are not for commercials only. They're usually for, like, features and TV stuff, but it's not going to be on TV, it's not going to be a movie.
Yeah, that's what I meant by that. I'm like, we're not putting it in a TV, we're not putting it in a movie, we're not going to put it in a commercial. I'm like, we're not doing any of that. So I'm like, we're not trying to lowball you.
You know. I'm
like, we're not trying to lowball you. We don't want to get lowballed and, like, fucked, you know, by her. And so I was like, aren't you okay with the money that we agreed upon? And then apparently she wasn't, because... I mean,
the problem was we worked with her twice before, and she never mentioned anything about
not
commercial
once.
rights.
Not once. She was totally cool. She was actually really excited about the project. She was like, oh, wow, like, a superhero cartoon. Like, that's great. What it's about. And then me and Randall explained it to her. She was totally sold on it. She couldn't wait to voice the characters. I even said, hey, Randall, can you send her an email saying how great of a job she did? Because she did a fantastic job, and I'm not making fun of her. But then all of a sudden, Randall's like, hey, Fears, we got to have a serious chat. Like, she wants to change a bunch of stuff, and I was like, oh, Lord. Anyway, so, Randall, what else you been working on?
I'm gonna try to make a video for America's Got Talent. We'll see if
is it okay to ask about that Scream thing, or do I want to keep that on the hush hush?
Yeah, it's okay to talk about the Scream thing.
Did you finish it yet?
I'm doing a Scream parody. I think I might call it Scream Out Loud or something.
Did you finish it, or are you still working on it?
I'm still working on it. I'm working on the script.
Well, like I said, until I get my car fixed, buddy, that's when we'll hang out. Because I miss you. I want to hang out with you, and I want to do another writing sesh for Fears Man 6.
Yep. And we can do it after this if you want to.
If you want, I mean, I would rather have you here because I want to write all the stuff down in that black book and all that stuff. So, hopefully, Randall, I called them the other day and they said, give us a call on Monday and we'll try to get, because the thing about the dealership, they do nice work on my car, but they're always fucking busy. So you have to, like, either wait for weeks on end or you have to, or they can get you in, and I hope they can get me in, if not tomorrow, like after work, or sometime this week, you know.
Museum Privilege says maybe Rebecca Robertson can do the lines for you. She will do it for free.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah.
Well, I must say, Randall, sometimes she's not on her best behavior. Sometimes she's always trying to hit on Visions, which I'm sure...
Rebecca Robertson's great. What are you talking about?
I never said she isn't great.
She's
she seems
awesome
nice.
Lady.
She seems
She's
nice,
awesome
but
lady.
I'm sure to Visions it gets quite annoying when Visions already has a girl. And then...
Well, Visions is such a suave, cool guy, you know?
I mean, this is true.
Yeah.
He is a suave and a very cool buddy and a cool friend. But he's got enough to deal with, you know, with Mrs. Visions. He doesn't want a side chick, you know? So that's why I feel bad. I always have to, like, time Rebecca out. And I'm like, Rebecca, I'll do a Fierce quote, a classic Fierce quote. Rebecca, get it through your thick fucking skull. Not museum. Visions wants nothing to do with you.
But museum will have everything to do with
I mean, yeah, a museum, I don't know if museum's married or if museum has a chick, but yeah, maybe start hitting on museum, Rebecca. I mean, that's always an option, Anyway.
So you're doing a Resident Evil Trilogy review?
I am.
Is this the movies?
Yeah, it's, while I was on vacation, I bought all three. I know there's more in the series than these three, but yeah, over the last 2 days I haven't streamed, so I watched all three of these movies, and then I watched a classic Planet of the Apes, and then the remake to Planet of the Apes. So I'm gonna
the first three Resident Evils are good movies. They had solid plots. Like, the first one was like a prequel taking place before actual Raccoon City.
Randall, I'll just say this. I'll say this, Randall. The first two are great. The third one is like out in the desert and shit. It's
yeah, it's out in Las Vegas, so it's like Resident Evil in Vegas. So
nothing against Vegas, but the third one.
I lived in Vegas, so I love Vegas.
I mean, I've went to Vegas twice. I went once with my family and then once with my buddy Eric. I love Vegas. Like, nothing against Vegas, but like, the third one had nothing to do with the video games. And I've played not every Resident Evil game, but almost every Resident Evil game. And they were way off, so the third one I don't like. So don't be surprised whenever I give that one a low rating. So yeah.
I thought, Resident Evil in Vegas would have been a good title for it, but I can see how some people didn't like it, but I thought it was good. But after that, it just seriously started going downhill. They did one in
I can't even remember
one in Japan and one in jail.
I can't even remember how many other Resident Evils are there. They got the first three, and then there's one. Finally, when they put Leon Kennedy in it, and that's the next one. That's the fourth one, right?
Yeah. I don't know. They all kind of blur together, and that's the problem with the films, is that they're not really memorable after part 3. Like, I mean, I get really blurry about which one's which. I know one takes place in a jail.
Yeah.
One takes place on a boat. One takes... Like, I remember the last one takes place in, like, a desert where...
yeah, they go back to the
Washington.
desert. They go back to the desert. That's right, yeah.
Yeah, they go to Washington Desert. And,
yeah.
But yeah, the last 4 films just all kind of blended together and just were really
Really, the very last one where it says Resident Evil, the final chapter, that one, they go back to the video game. So that one's good. And then the first 2, they take, like, direct scenes out of the video games. Like, the first one is pretty much all of Resident Evil. And then the second film is a combination of Resident Evil 2 and Resident Evil 3 mashed together. And they made the second film. But the third, fourth, fifth, I think there's like 6 or 7 of them, Randall.
I think there's 8.
Is there? I'm gonna after I get done talking with you, I'm gonna Google it.
And then there's another film that they made.
Yeah, so after I get done talking with you, I'm gonna Google it, because if I don't give precise answers, Randall, then the trolls think I'm lying. So that's why I Google a lot of stuff, which I think is hilarious, because I'm like, I'm not the smartest guy in the world, but I'm pretty smart. But I'm like, if I don't have direct answers, then of course they think I'm lying. I'm like, no, I'm not lying. I just don't know off the top of my head. Let me Google it, and I'll get you the correct answer. Just give me 2 seconds, and I will give you a direct answer,
Yeah.
So there it is. Because apparently I lie, Randall. I lie all the time. I never tell the truth. I'm always the bad guy.
Son of a bitch.
I know.
You're lying all the time.
I know. I'm always the bad guy, Randall. They're always the best, And me and you, we're like palm scum, Randall. We're sewage, and we're the worst, and they're always the best, and we're the devil, and they're sweet little angels. That's how they operate.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, so here we go. It's Resident Evil was released in 2002.
Okay.
Resident Evil Apocalypse was 2004. Resident Evil Extinction, which should have been called Resident Evil in Vegas, was released in 2007.
Okay.
Then you got Resident Evil Afterlife in 2010,
Okay.
Resident Evil Retribution in 2012, Resident Evil The Final Chapter in 2017. And there was another movie. It sucked. I didn't watch it. It was called Resident Evil Welcome to Raccoon City. It was released in 2021.
So 7.
Because it got so much bad reviews. I've seen clips of it, and it looks pretty
You know what,
cool.
Randall? I'm going to have to disagree with you. Welcome to Raccoon City, I actually did enjoy. I have it.
Oh, you have it?
I have it.
Okay.
It's,
Yeah, well, maybe I'll give it a chance when I come over there.
It's, hang on, where is it? I got it. Let me find it.
Yeah.
Oh, right here. Right there.
Uh-huh.
I got it. So, that one's not bad. That one...
Let me see it again. Let me see it again.
Right here. This one's actually not
Alright.
bad. This one, they take a lot from the video game. I mean, it's not that bad.
Oh, okay.
I actually enjoyed this than all the other shitty sequels. Like, I'd say my favorite Resident Evils are, that when it comes to movies, is 1, 2, The Final Chapter, and then this one. All the other ones kind of suck.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, the last 3 from Paul W. Sanderson all kind of blend together.
I mean, the first one's the best, though. I mean, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
The first one is pretty much like the video game. See, Randall, I was right. Vision says, I think that's a great idea, you know? I think that's a great idea. See?
He thinks what is a great idea?
That Rebecca should stop hitting on him and hit on Museum. That's what I'm thinking. That's what he's saying is a great idea. Because I'm like, I even told Visions, and he agreed with me. I was like, that must get annoying for someone to keep, hitting on you. And he has 0 interest in Rebecca because he's already got a babe.
Yeah.
So I'm like, Rebecca, I don't know what to fucking tell you,
Yeah.
Anyway, Randall, I can't wait until we hang out, buddies, because our last hangout was awesome. It got the vlog got a lot of views. That restaurant on that pier, man, was fucking awesome, dude.
Yeah.
That was my first time. Randall, how many times have you and your mom went to that pier restaurant, like, over the years?
Probably like 5 times.
I will be honest.
They're super expensive. Their crab is super expensive.
I'll be honest. It was a little expensive, but it was such a fun day. It was such a fun day, and I was like, why not? Let's do it, Randall. So,
Heroes and Villains says, yo, 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 yo.
Yo, Heroes and Villains. What's going on? Collectibles. Be sure to subscribe to Heroes and Villains Collectibles. Heroes is another person, Randall, that I haven't got to hang out with in quite a long time. So, Heroes, I cannot wait to do some collab videos and hang out at some point. But good to see you again.
Heroes wants to do a Ghost Pepper review, Ghost Pepper chili.
That's not going to happen.
He's going to make you some Ghost Pepper chili, Fears.
That's not going to happen, Randall. Randall, I almost died over at his house. I had 2 of those.
I saw you. You were paler than a ghost.
I had 2 of those chicken things. The first one went down. The second one went halfway down, and then I threw it up into a bowl, and then I was out for the count.
And then you went out in the street and threw up in the street.
Well, not just once. I threw up a lot. I threw up in his toilet. I threw up in his driveway. Randall, I threw up 4 times. I'll tell you exactly where. I ran to his toilet, threw up once. Then I ran outside and threw up in his driveway, which I feel really bad. Then I thought, I gotta cool myself off. So I got in my car and I blasted the AC, and I put the AC to my face because I was so hot. I was like, I need to cool off. And as I was cooling off, I felt throw up number 3 come up. I open the car door. I stick my head out. I puke in his grass. Then once I felt like I cooled off enough, I got out of the car and said, hey, LC, I think I'm going to call it a day. And as I was walking back to the front door, I went, oh, shit. And I didn't want to throw up, like, inside his house. So I went to the side of his house and threw up a 4th time in his yard.
Like 50 people are watching right now, right? 50 people, Fears.
No, Randall, there's 11 people watching. Randall, I don't think I've ever gotten 50 people watch in my life. I think the most I've ever had any people watch my...
What if 1 billion people were watching, Fears?
That'd be cool.
1 billion.
That'd be cool. I doubt that 1 billion will ever watch me, Randall, but I'm just being honest. Randall, I think the most someone's ever watched my live is whenever I got one of the trolls back in the day really pissed me off. I mean, I was pissed beyond belief, and I said, "Fuck you guys, fuck it, I'm fucking done, I'm fucking over it." And I went on live and I said, "I'm never streaming ever again. I'm done with streaming. Fuck you guys. Fuck this. Fuck that. Fuck streaming." And I literally labeled the stream, "I quit streaming," or "I won't stream ever again." Thank God, Randall, that didn't stick because people love my streams.
Yeah.
So, and I think 34 people tuned into that one, but that's the highest one ever. But normally a good Fear stream is anywhere between 9 and 15 people watching.
Yeah.
It's usually somewhere in there, but yeah.
Now there's 2 watching. What did you do, Fears? What did you do?
Randall, you're so full of crap. There's 10 people watching. It went from 10 to I'm sorry, it went from 11 to 10. So yeah.
I quit watching, Fears, because you yelled at the fans.
I didn't yell at the fans.
I'm just kidding. I'm joking.
I was like, what the hell are you on about?
Yelling at the fans, Fears. Nah.
Well, I mean, they yell at us, Randall, so it is what it is. No, I'm just joking. They don't yell at us. But yeah. No, man, I can't wait to hang out with you and LC, because the last time...
Did you see the trailer for the new Bond film, my friend?
Not yet. Not yet.
Thunderballs.
That's not real, Randall. That's not real. Not real. Randall, you actually had me excited. I was like, in my mind, I'm like, there's a new James Bond? I was like, okay.
Thunderballs.
Actually, Randall, I'm really excited to watch these two. I didn't want to drive through the rain today because it was a torrential downpour today. So I didn't get to the theater today. Like I said, I told the fan, I said maybe after church. I didn't end up going to church because I knew it was going to be an hour there, an hour back. And church almost got canceled because of the storm.
Yeah.
Because my pastor was like, he didn't call me, he texted me, he was like, "Hey, why didn't you show up?" And I said, "Well, my car, the AC has been kind of out of commission for a while." And I said, "I want to get that fixed as soon as possible." I said, it started raining like around 10:30. He goes, "Oh yeah." He goes, "While we were doing the church service, it was, pouring down."
I got a text. It says church is over forever. So
that's not true, Randall. That's not true. That's not true.
So it's over forever, Fears. Yeah.
So today's been kind of it's not been totally crappy because I went out and did some grocery shopping, and I have a nerd haul coming, Randall. So continue to watch it.
You need to quit spending money, sir.
I only do I'll be honest, Randall, I only do a nerd haul here and there. I don't do one every day.
Look to your right behind you, Fears.
I know.
Got 5,000 movies that you have not watched.
It's not 5,000.
You need to make a dent in that pile.
I have been.
50%.
I haven't. It was here, and now we've got down to here.
Bullshit.
No,
Bullshit.
Randall. If you look, there's been a lot more movies. Recently I haven't picked one from over there because I'm wanting to get to all the movies that I bought on my trip. Now, I'll be honest, Randall, I went nuts on my trip. I bought, I don't know the exact number, but it was around 50 movies on my trip because, I'll be honest, vintage stock is a little bit better than FYE. Not that I'm disclaiming that FYE isn't good.
Crapping on FYE, eh?
I just said that. I'm
taking a big fatty shit on
I never said that, Randall. I said that vintage stock is a little bit better when you want to find those old movies that they put on Blu-ray.
Yeah.
And vintage stock is actually a little bit better. I hope they never get rid of that vintage stock in the Mid-Rivers Mall in St. Peters, Missouri, because I love going there.
Uh-huh.
If they do, it wouldn't be a big thing because I would just go on their website, But I actually like going into the store because they have a lot of cool stuff in that store. So, there's that. But FYE is still pretty good, but the problem is it happened once when I went with you, Randall. You came with me to FYE once or twice.
Yeah.
The guy knows me by name there, and he's like, "Fears, sometimes we get in old stuff that you're looking for." And the problem is either somebody beats me to it and buys it first, or they're just out of stock, and he's like, "Fears, I've seen the list. that you bring 1,000 times. No, we don't have it. And I'm like, well, you can't blame a guy for trying, you know.
Yes, you can blame a guy for trying.
No, you can't. I mean, as long as, I mean, it's not like I'm going there every day, Randall. I go to FYE, maybe, the last time I went to FYE, the one that me and you went to, was like
half an hour ago.
That's not true, Randall. It was like 2.5, maybe 3 months ago.
Yeah.
So, I do a nerd haul every once in a while, but, Randall, I'll be honest, I cannot, the next 2 projects that I cannot wait for you and me to work on is Fears Man 6, and I really think we should do the Slave-O-Matic 9000 commercial, or another the Healthy Pizza Shop commercial, like 2, like, now we've got the Healthy Pizza Salad, and then we've got the salad, or then we've got the fruit bar, because remember when Carrie was like, oh, fruit is so good, and then she, like, dumped half a pound of salt on a grape? I was losing my shit. I'm not making fun of Carrie, but I was like, Carrie.
You were totally making fun of Carrie.
I wasn't. I was laughing.
Totally.
No, I wasn't. I was laughing at her because I'm like, if you don't put salt on it, then fruit is healthy. If you dump salt on it, then it's not healthy. You know? That's like if I went on a live and said, I'm going to eat some celery, and it's going to be really healthy, and then all of a sudden you see me dump like salt on the celery, then it wouldn't be healthy. And then she tried to convince me, you, Pixel, pretty much every guy in the community that pizza is healthy, and it's not.
Pizza is healthy, Pierce. It's got all
not.
the 4 food groups.
Randy.
It's got wheat, it's got milk, it's got meat, it's got dairy. It's got all the 4 food groups, Pierce.
Randall, pizza is so greasy.
Healthy pizza. Healthy
pizza.
God. You just get organic pizza, and then it's not greasy.
Randall, God bless her for saying that pizza is healthy, because if she never would have said that, me and
we would have never had the healthy pizza.
I know,
shop.
we would never have the Healthy Pizza Shop in Fears Man. Oh my God.
And then right next to it, we're going to have the unhealthy vegan store.
Oh, wait. We did write that. Yeah, we did write that. That's right. I forgot about that. Yeah.
The unhealthy vegan store. Yeah, there we go.
Or like, soy products are not healthy, you know, and all that shit, you know. Actually, soy milk is a lot better for you than, real milk is really fattening. Mm-hmm. You know, like real milk, especially if you get like 2% or whole milk or shit like that, real milk is really fattening. I don't even remember what real milk tastes like, if I'm being honest. Because I usually drink soy milk or dairy-free or lactose-free or almond milk. I've even had goat's milk, Randall, because goat's milk has slim...
What about yak's milk? Have you ever had yak's milk?
No, because Yakov's a fucking idiot. You know? Anything invented by Yakov...
I wasn't talking about Yakov. I was talking about Yak the animal.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, you said yak, so I thought, you know, do we really have to bring up that idiot, you know? So, yeah. Anything invented by Yakov is 0 out of 10. So, yeah. Anyway, but yeah, those. And then those projects I'm looking forward to, and then Randall, you always do a good job at making the Fears vlogs or Fears Man 26 intros. You're so creative when it comes to those.
Yeah.
So let me get my car fixed, but really, there's nothing wrong with my car. It's just the engine's fine. I just need to have.
Do you got some ideas for the intros now?
I do.
Okay.
I don't want to say it on camera, you know.
You just tell me after.
I will. I'm going to call you right after this, Randall. Anyway, I'm going to let you go because I have to go use the restroom real quick, and then I'm going to get back to the live.
Yep.
So, keep your computer on. I will call you right after this stream is done, my friend.
All right, later.
All right. Later, Randall. Thanks for being on the show, buddy. Peace out, dude. All right. That was Randall. All right, I'll be right back. I need to use the restroom. And then I'm going to turn on the fan because it is getting a little toasty in here. Yo, Dr. Jenkins, what's going on? You just go ahead and study the Fears Man. Mug made by Lord Visions, which, by the way, thanks, Visions, for the mug. Really appreciate it. So you just study Fears Man. I'm going to go As the British would say, I'm going to go off to the loo and have a poo, and I'll be right back. So, going to the loo to have a poo. Fears is taking a number 2. I'll be right back. Oh, man. Oh, God, I'm tired. I kid you not, guys. The Fears man is tired. The yawns are just... They keep coming. They keep coming. Why do the yawns keep coming? Because I got barely any sleep last night. I don't know if somebody was moving in or if someone was moving out. They were banging, screaming, hollering. Again, I don't know what neighbor it was. And usually I'm pretty cool with my neighbors, you know. They don't bother me. I don't bother them. Anytime I've knocked on my neighbor's house, it's been for something pleasant, not for something bad, you know. Anyway, let me catch up with the fans. I'm going to go all the way back up to the top. And I'm gonna read all the chat. Let's see. Joey says, you didn't have to say you were taking a poo I was eating. Well, I was just joking, Joey, and I had no idea that you were eating, but I apologize. Actually, I'll be honest. I didn't really take a poo. It was a number 1, if I'm being honest. But I was just rhyming things. But I admit that was a little bit too much information, so I apologize, my friend. Let's see. Cameo Man says, Joey, Fears meant to say pee-pee. He just texted me. That's not true, Randall. I didn't text you. I didn't even take my phone into the bathroom. The phone is right here. I didn't take my phone. So that's not true, Randall. That's not true whatsoever. I don't know what the hell was going on, Joey. And again, I don't know. I don't know if it was the neighbors on the 3rd floor or the 2nd floor or the neighbors across from me. I don't know who it was, but all I heard was a bunch of yelling, screaming. It sounded like somebody was arguing. Then there was a bunch of banging and noise. I don't know what was going on, but they kept Fears up. I woke up in the morning, not once, not twice, but 5 times. Anyway, let me go back up to the top, and so if I missed anyone's comment, I apologize. So let me just scroll up here. The last thing I read was Visions saying that was a lot of movies in one day. It wasn't one day, though, Visions. It was 2 days, because I haven't streamed in 2 days. So, yeah. What's up, Rebecca? Joey says, hi, Rebecca. Time for a new car. I've been thinking about it, Joey, but really, there's nothing really wrong with my car. It's just the AC crapped out, so... And it's not bad. The AC usually lasts for a lot of years. It's just as... We Floridians... Because now, I would consider myself a Floridian now, because I've been here since 2019. We use the AC more than anyone. I'd say, in the United States, probably the 2 states that use the most AC, Hawaii, because it's really hot and humid in Hawaii, and Florida. If I had to pick a third one, probably people that live in California use the AC a lot too. So, Nancy says, Fears, with a peace sign. What's up, Nancy? Good to see you. Rebecca says, you know what, Fears? Pixel is my man, too. That's not true. That's not true, Rebecca. You wish, though. You wish. I think he told me one time he's got a girlfriend. I could be wrong. If I am wrong, Pixel, I apologize. But I think he told me that one time. I could be wrong. Let's see here. Eddie says, what's up? The stream is lit. The stream is partying and rocking. This is true. This is true. Visions is laughing. Yeah, Hustler. Yeah, Hustler. Yeah, Hustler. Kool-Aid Man says, oh, yeah, we're all the biggest fans. Well, I appreciate that. I appreciate that I have loving and loyal fans. Mr. Kool-Aid Man says, I am so good in the heat. I'll be honest. I haven't drank Kool-Aid in quite a long time. I used to drink Kool-Aid all the time as a kid. My mom would always make some Kool-Aid. My favorite was cherry. My favorite go-to Kool-Aid when I was a kid was cherry. If my mom didn't have cherry, then she made me the orange kind. So it was either orange or red cherry. But usually, my go-to one was cherry. So yeah. And then we had a fake Mr. Lantern. I blocked him right away, Visions, because Mr. Lantern, as we all know, is gross, sick, weird as hell, and he associates with Matman. So I was like, fuck you, Mr. Lantern, you're gone. And I got rid of anyone that associates with Matman. I'm like, peace, deuce, you're out of here. Yo, Tender Immortal, what's going on? She says, how many Resident Evil movies are there? I think I saw 1, 2, Retribution, and Extinction. Well, Randall said there was 7. So Randall's a pretty smart guy, so I'm going to go with him. And Randall looked it up. Vision says, LOL. This is true. And then Eggnog Man's... You always say the same thing. You say, it's always good to drink eggnog on Thanksgiving and Christmas. I'll be honest. I used to like eggnog, but now that I have Crohn's, I have the non-alcoholic, organic, lactose-free eggnog every Christmas. But I don't know. I can't remember what real eggnog tastes like because I haven't had it in quite a while. Yo, Dallas Cowboys fam. What's going on? What's going on? Good to see you. And then Randall just read all of Museum's comments. And then let's see here. I think we're caught up. Yo, Shuffler. What's up? He says, so there's only 3 Resident Evil movies. I lost track. No, there's more. I bought the Trilogy pack. I bought this one, but there's more than 3. There's more than 3. Let's see here. Fears lives next to the Munsters and the Addams family. That's not true, Randall. That's not true at all. He borrows cups of sugar from Uncle Fester. That's actually pretty funny. That is pretty funny. So, yeah. Really, Joey? Well, to each their own. I would never watch his stream. I'm just saying. Yo, Pretend Stories, what's up? He says, what's up, Fears? Nothing much. Just a chill Sunday stream. What's up, LC? What's up, Randy? I just talked to LC in the chat. Seems like he's doing all right. And then Pretend Stories, you got here a little late. We just had Randall on. So, there you are. There we are. All right. Well, let's do a nerd haul, shall we? Bam. check this out. Bloody Disgusting. With a cool skull on it. It's got that t-shirt. Let's have a look, shall we? Alright. Oh, this is a perfect t-shirt for fears. Check this out. How to survive a horror film. Nice. This is like the perfect t-shirt, Visions. It says, how to survive a horror movie. And it's got all the rules. It says, number 1, know that you're in a horror movie. Number 2, be a main character. 3, don't run upstairs. This is true. Number 4, get out of there. Number 5, don't hitchhike. Number 6, don't road trip. Number 7, don't say you'll be right back because you won't be right back. This is true. Number 8's kind of a bummer. It says, don't have sex. I mean, you can take a chance. If it's a really, 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 really hot tamale lady, then go for it. If she's just kind of hot, then get the fuck out of there. You know? Let's see. Number 9, don't slip and fall down. Number 10, turn around because it's always behind you. There it is. I like this shirt. It looks good. Bam! And then for Fears' next Disney trip, I don't know when it is, but I got myself a new Disney shirt. I went with the classic Mickey. Classic Mickey. So there it is. And then I always light a candle for my past loved ones every night. Before I go to work, I always light a candle for... It's basically 1 or 2 candles. Last month I only bought 1 candle. This time I bought 2 candles. So I always light a candle for Grandma Fears, my dad, my Uncle Terry, my Aunt Mary that passed away, and everybody else that's passed away in my life that I care about. So I got myself some new candles, Halloween style. Pumpkin candles. So there we are. And then I was running low on soap, and this is Fears' favorite soap. That's the product name, so I got some new soap. Anyway, there it is. There it is. So yeah. Let's see here. Sounds like good advice. Hot tamales. This is true. This is true. Let's see. Randall says, God's plan is better than any plan you can think of. Your life is a great story, but you're not going to know how everything ties together until the end. This is very true, Randall. Very, very, very true. Very, very true. So, yeah. All right. There we are. All right, next. There we are. Let me get my book out real quick. I'm ready to, let's see. Halloween, exactly. Halloween seasonal smells, that's what's up. Oh yeah, Tinder Immortal, you know, Fears, I love me some Halloween. I love me some Christmas. I love my birthday, even though I'm becoming an old motherfucker. I'm still hanging in there, though. I love me some Halloween. And then when we get to the Halloween season, which, by the way, it's only 2 months away, as soon as it hits October 1st, each day I'm going to watch at least one horror movie all the way up until Halloween. And then when it hits Halloween, that night, I'm going to do a big Halloween live stream with the fans. So everybody's got to be there. Everybody. Fears will dress up as the ranch bottle. I will. I still have the costume. I will bring back the ranch bottle. Unless you guys want me to buy a brand new costume. If you want me to buy a brand new costume from Spirit Halloween, I will. If you want me to keep the ranch bottle a-flowing, I'll wear it again. So, and I will wear the ranch costume all night. Even when I'm watching horror movies, I will still have the ranch costume on. And Shuffle, I know you've been wanting to watch movies. I know a bunch of fans have been wanting to watch movies with Fears. So what I'll do is I'll have to pre-pick some horror movies that don't have any nudity in it, because I know your channel will get flagged for nudity. So as long as there's no nudity, I think we'll be A-okay. And I'll just turn the laptop around and I'll lay on my couch and watch, and then you guys can watch the horror movie with me, and then I'll have my my cell phone with me on the couch so I can comment back to you guys while we're watching. So yeah. So I think that's what we're going to do. That's what I've got planned so far. So if there's any suggestions of horror movies that you guys want to watch, you let me know. That's right. But I cannot wait to set up the Halloween tree and carve some pumpkins. All of that stuff. All that stuff. I love me some Halloween. Oh, yeah. Let's see. Pretend Story says, I think you need some... Exactly. I don't need Pretend Stories. Here's the thing. I don't need Florida babes. Plural. I need a Florida babe. I'll settle for one babe. Let alone 5 or 6 or multiple babes. I wouldn't mind just having one babe. You know? So, yeah. Yes, I want to watch movies with the Fears Man. I got it. Halloween night. I think that's what's going to happen. Watch Leprechaun in the Hood. I think I already did. Oh, no, I've got one left, Tender Immortal, that I still need to watch and review. I've watched them all except for Leprechaun Returns. I need to watch Leprechaun Returns because I have it. I just haven't watched it yet and reviewed it for you guys. So there we are. So, anyway. But we definitely can do that. Anyway. Just give me 1 second here. Randall, you are more than welcome to come and hang out with Fears on Halloween, you know? Or, actually, no, Randall can't because he's a Jehovah's Witness. He can't do that. So, but yeah. Unless you want to, Randall. Unless you want to. You're more than welcome to, Randall. Anyway. Good idea, Fears. Halloween is not too far away. This is very true, and I'm very excited. You know. But, oh, yeah, I've seen that one too, Tender Immortal. Oh, yeah. Leprechaun in Space's Leprechaun 4. So, yeah. I tried to watch I think we'll be fine, Randall, if because not always. As long as I talk about the movies and then we'll watch and then I'll turn the camera back and we'll watch a little bit, I think we'll be fine. I just won't get, you just can't monetize it. So yeah. Because now Fears Vlogs is monetized and I've been trying to get Fears Man 26 monetized. I've been trying, so we'll see. So yeah. It's not technically celebrating Halloween if you're just getting dolled up and hanging out. Randy, you'll be fine. Yeah, Randy, I kind of want you there. You know, so I think Randy will be fine as long as you don't dress up. Now, Fears, I'm going to be rocking the ranch bottle unless I can find a better costume this year. Or unless you guys want Fears to buy another costume. If you guys don't want me to, then I'll just keep rocking that ranch bottle. You know? So, anyway. Brock, it's good to see you again. How you been? What you been up to? So, yeah. I don't know. Visions, what do you think? Do you think I should keep rocking the ranch bottle, or do you think I should just buy a whole new costume? Just let me know, buddy. Let me know. So, yeah. Well, I'm not going to peer pressure Randall. If Randall wants to come and hang out with me on Halloween, you're more than welcome. Randall, I would love to go as Fears Man. I just don't have a costume for Fears Man yet. You know? I would love to like buy a bunch of spandex stuff and give them to my mom and my mom sew me. Kind of like how Clark Kent's mom made. I would love a Fears Man suit one day. I gotta slim down a little bit though, Randall. I gotta slim down a little bit. You know, if I'm rocking a Fears Man costume, you know. Let's see. Halloween Ranch Chug Challenge. Oh, awesome. 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 I don't know if I could chug a whole ranch bottle. We could try. I'd probably fail though. But yeah, let's see. Fears. Spirit also has the Ghostbuster Ghost Trap. I know. I already have it. It's right up there. Right up there on the top shelf. I've already got it. Oh, by the way, Tinder Immortal, I got to hang out with Chicken Wizard at the Toyman Toy Show. And I didn't show him the picture, but you know how you came on and we were interviewing and stuff? You showed me not all of your collection, but you showed me a good portion. And I know your VHS collection is in the thousands, so off camera, Chicken Wizard was like, Fears, how many do you think is in Tinder Immortal's collection? And I was like, I have no idea. I have no clue. I said, it's probably in the thousands, though. And he's like, well, Fears, I know your Blu-ray collection is in the thousands. I'm like, oh, yeah. I'm like, without a doubt, in the thousands. But Tinder Immortal, you will be quite proud of Chicken Wizard. He bought like 9 or 10 VHSs at the Toyman show, and they had some crazy, ridiculous names. Like, I was a teenage TV terrorist, Hot Wax, Bikini Beach Babes, all sorts of crazy shit. And I watched some of the trailers 2 days ago, but not all of them. Something called Fade to Black, where it's like some nerdy guy like works at a theater, and then he's like, people are making fun of me. I'm going to kill people as horror movie characters. So he like dresses up like as the Mummy and kills some couple in the theater. Then he dresses up as Dracula and causes all sorts of chaos and madness. So I'm like, all right, this is getting interesting. So yeah. Brock says, oh, same old, Fears. I hear you. I understand. I got you. Let's see. Joey says, be Wolverine for Halloween. That'd be cool. That'd be awesome. Let's see. Nope. I think we agreed on the Crystal Skull vodka holiday celebration. Oh, listen. I'll be drinking some Crystal Skull on Halloween. I mean, that's definitely going to happen. Mm-hmm. That's definitely going to happen. Barack says, I bet you could nail the ranch chug challenge, no problem. I don't know. Randall says, do a top 10 things I don't need that I'm going to waste my hard-earned money on. I can do that, Randall. I could do that. Did you ever get to meet Hulk Hogan in Florida? No, not yet, Tindermore. I want to. Me and Randall have not... I've been wanting to take Randall and go to Clearwater and visit his beach shop, because he lives in Clearwater, and he lives like 2 minutes away from his beach shop in Clearwater. He's got 2 locations. He's got the Orlando one, where Me and Randall have went twice. I've went twice alone. Then I took Tommy NC 2010 there. And then whenever my best buddy Eric was in town, I took him there off camera because he doesn't like being on camera. So I've went to the Orlando one quite a lot of times. But I've never gotten to go, well, not yet at least, to the Clearwater one. But it's on my to-do list. So yeah. So not yet Tinder Immortal, but hopefully soon. Let's see. You should grab a Ouija board and we can do a Halloween night seance. I don't believe in any of that shit. Did I ever tell you the guy, the story where I was in college and it was before I got my own apartment with some roommates. It was when I was in my college dorms. And this girl was in one of my classes, and she believed in all that Ouija board bullshit. And she's like, Fears, you should totally come over. And she was pretty hot, so I was like, I'm definitely going to hook up with this chick. I come over. I think I've told you guys this story. Again, I know what the troll is going to say. Oh, Fears is going to lie. I don't remember. I'm just going to put it out there right now. I don't remember the entire night because I have a bad memory. I'm going to tell you guys the parts that I do remember. So I'm not lying. I'm just saying I don't have an accurate description of the entire night of this story, but I have bits and pieces of the story, so I will tell you guys as much as I can remember. Because this was quite a long time ago. No, she was not goth, Tinder Immortal. She was not goth. So she was hot, though. And she was like, Fears, you should totally come over. And I just bought a Ouija board. And me and my girlfriends, we were drinking wine. And, you know, we were kind of messing around. And a spirit talked to me, Fears. I remember her saying that. And I was like, really? Okay. And in my mind, I'm like, that didn't happen. That didn't happen whatsoever. But I'm like, all right. Because I don't believe in any of that crap. I'm more of a realist. I have to see it. Like, if Elvis walked across my floor, you know, tonight, I'd be like, okay, ghosts exist. I'm saying I've never seen one. So I'm not saying they don't exist. I've just never seen one, you know. Plus, I wouldn't want to see a ghost because that would be some crazy shit, you know. Like, what would happen? I'm doing a stream. Yo, Tinder Immortal. Yo, what's up, Vision? And I'm like, oh, shit. Fucking Beetlejuice just appeared. Or fucking, you know, Elvis just appeared. Hey, what's up, buddy? Uh-huh. You know, that would be nuts. So anyway, I get to her. And she had an apartment. So she lived off campus. And she was like, and I was like, I thought you said there was a party here. And she's like, oh, yeah, all my girlfriends left. And I was like, oh, okay. And so I started working the Fears charm. We had a couple of glasses of wine. And I was like, well, I can't drink too many. I'm like, because I have to drive home. And I'm like, I don't drive home drunk. So I said, if I have to crash on your couch. She's like, oh, that's fine. And so she didn't pull out the Ouija board right away. And I was like, listen, I'm like, you know I like you, right? And she's like, and she couldn't remember how many classes we had together, which, by the way, we had one class together. And she's like, don't we have 2 or 3? And I was like, no, we've got one class. And so she wasn't an airhead. I guess she just had a bad memory like Fears, too. And so I said, is there any chance that we can, like, hook up or, like, go out? And she's like, oh, I didn't know that you liked me, Fears. Or she said something like that. I said, no, I think you're cool. And she's like, Fears, I'll be honest, you're a nice guy, but I've already got a boyfriend. I was like, oh, okay. I'm like, all right. So I couldn't leave right away because that would just be rude. So I was like, all right. I said, really, I'll be honest, the main reason why I came over here is I said, I wanted to ask you out, and I thought, oh, this would be a good chance if I just come over and hang out with you. She's like, no. She's like, maybe my friend would like you. And once she told me about her friend, I was like, I'm going to have to take a pass because the way she described her friend, I was like, that's not the type of girls I'm into. So about an hour or two goes by, and then I was like, all right, well, I think I'm going to take off. And before, she's like, well, don't you want to see the Ouija board? I thought she was just going to show it to me. I didn't know we were going to do a seance. I couldn't believe that I stayed here. But nothing happened. And so she pulls it out, and I'm like, okay, cool. I was like, well, I'm going to take off. And then she's like, no, you got to stay for the seance. And I was like, I really don't want to stay for this. And then she was like, well, why is that? And I don't remember exactly what I said, but I said something to the effect of, it's going to be a waste of time. Nothing's going to happen. I don't believe in this shit. And she's like, oh, just give it a chance, Fears. Just give it a chance. And I was like, nothing's going to happen. But I'm like, all right. And she puts my hand on the board, and she puts her hand on the board, and she's like, oh, da, 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 da. And then I'm like, she starts chanting, and it took every ounce of my energy not to laugh in this girl's face. She's like, spirits, I feel the spirits. I feel them. And I'm like, I'm looking around, I'm like, nothing's happening. And she's like, Fears, she's like, you got to get into it, or they won't show up. And I was like, I'm into it. I'm sitting here, you know. And then she's like, no, you're not taking this seriously, Fears. I'm like, how can you take this seriously? I'm like, I can't take it seriously. And so she's like, so you're not into it? And I was like, well, I mean, I just don't believe in this. She's like, just give it a chance. And I was like, I'm like, say whatever you're going to say. So she starts chanting and saying all this shit. And then she's like, ask them a question. I said, well, what question do you want me to ask? And she's like, ask if anyone's around. And so I said, is there any spirits here? And she's like, listen, Fears, listen. And I was like, I'm listening. Nothing's happening, you know? Anyway, this goes on for a couple more minutes, and then I had about had enough of it, so I was like, I'll just make it into a joke. I thought, what if I piss off the spirits, you know? I said, maybe if I piss them off, then they'll show up, you know? So I was like, spirits, fuck you, you motherfuckers. She's like, don't do that, Fears, you're going to make them mad. And I was like, I want to make them mad. I want to get them here. This is taking forever, you know? So I actually tried to piss off the spirits. I was like, hey, spirits, fuck you. Nothing happened. And I was like, all right, that was random. And then I was like, well, thanks for the interesting night. And it was like something that kind of happened out of a movie, you know? Like, you know how, like, people in movies, they, like, talk to themselves? So I leave, I get in my car, and I literally I didn't mean to say it out loud, but I said it to myself. I started my car, and I remember saying this. As I'm driving home, I went, why the fuck did I do that? What the hell happened? And that was a random-ass night. And that was pretty much the end of the story. So, it's pretty nuts. Anyway, let me get back to the chat here. But it was an interesting night. Vision says, oh, go for it, Fears. Ranch it up. All right. I just wanted to get your opinion. I was thinking about getting a new costume, but if you guys want Fears to ranch it up and be a ranch bottle again this year for Halloween, I can do that. I can definitely do that. That I don't know about, Brock. I've only been to Clearwater like 3 or 4 times in my life. I've went there twice with my family. Once with my buddy Eric and Tom and my buddy Trent and all that. And then, I think me and Casey went there once whenever we were dating. And that was about 3 or 4 times. So, I've been wanting to go back again, though. I've went to the Hulk Hogan's Beach Shop. He only has 2 locations. He has one in Orlando and one in Clearwater because his mansion's there. He lives there. And literally, I looked it up. This is what it says online. Online, it says he lives like 2 minutes away from his Clearwater location. So I've been wanting to go. Now, my buddy Eric's been to the Clearwater one. He had just never went to the Orlando one. So the last time Eric was in town Eric's got family here, and he wanted to also visit with me. So I said, Eric, the next time you come and visit your family in Orlando, not all of his family lives in Orlando. He's just got some family. I said, yeah, visit with your family, and then I said, me and you will hang out for a day or two, and I said, I'll take you to the Hulk Hogan's Beach Shop in Orlando, which, by the way, was a lot of fun. So, anyway. Tinder Immortal says, was she goth? She was not goth, but I guess she was into a bunch of creepy things, though. So, yeah. I have nothing against Ouija boards. It's just I don't believe in that. So, yeah. So yeah. Let's see. Shuffler says, I'd rather make a Ouija board out of a leftover pizza box. That's pretty funny. I doubt anything would happen, Shuffler, but hey, go for it. Let me know how it turns out. So yeah. Let me know how it turns out, my friend, because that would be interesting. I can just picture Shuffler like, oh, to the pizza gods, and he's like trying to move it around with his hands and stuff. Joey says, say Beetlejuice 2 more times. Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice. Which, by the way, Joey, I'm going to be really pissed off if they get this sequel wrong. Because the first one is legendary. Legendary. And you guys already know my 2 favorite scenes, but I will say it. The last scene where that lady's all cut up and half of, like, one side of her's on one side of the couch, she's on the other side, and he, like, starts massaging her leg, and then she hits him with the book, and then he goes over and sits between the voodoo guy and then the shrunken head dude that looks like he's, like, a hunter, and he's on a safari or some shit, and he's like, women, I don't know what her problem is. You know, he does all that, and he's like, normally chicks, and then, like, the other guy wants nothing to do with him, so he turns his head to the right, and then he just kind of, like, he folds out, like, this long piece of paper, and it's, like, 1 million until it's his turn, and he looks over at the monitor, and it says, now serving member number 3, and he's all like, and then he, like, looks over at the voodoo guy, and the voodoo guy is next, and he's like, pardon me. He's like, did you do that? Very excellent work. Very excellent work. Let me ask you a question. He's like, how do you get him down so little? And he's like, hey, there goes Elvis. Yo, King. And he grabs the fucking guy's ticket. That shit makes me laugh. That's the best scene in the whole fucking movie. Like how he's trying to like out-con this fucking voodoo guy. And then the voodoo guy's like, fuck you. And then he like takes a little magic dust and like shrinks Beetlejuice's head. It's the fucking greatest scene in the whole movie. So, I'm telling you, Joey, they better... I really hope they don't fuck it up, you know, because I used to watch Beetlejuice all the time. As a kid, I remember renting it from Blockbuster, and then there was a cartoon version of Beetlejuice, and I bought that a couple of months ago. It's over there. I still need to watch it. I've watched it. I just haven't watched it in its entirety. Like, when I was a kid, I would just watch random episodes of the cartoon Beetlejuice. So yeah. So I need to sit down and watch it again. But I used to watch the cartoon and the movie all the time. When they and then probably the second, I don't know, it's a split between when they're waiting in the waiting room and that guy, he's like all burnt to shit, and he offers Adam a cigarette. He's like, oh no, thank you. And he's like, I'm trying to cut down myself. And then Barbara looks over at Adam and says, is this what happens when you die? And then that lady's like, this is what happens when you die. That is what happens when they die. And this is what happens when I die. He goes, it's all very personal. And I'll tell you something else. And then she like shows that she like slit her wrist. And then that guy comes in. He's like, take your handbook and go to the 5th door or whatever door they go to. And then she's like, oh, we forgot our handbook. And then they start walking down that creepy alleyway, and then the guy is like hung up, you know, by a noose, and then he like hands them a piece of paper or some shit. Those 2 scenes are probably my 2 favorite scenes, but I love the movie in its entirety, but I hope they don't fuck it up with Beetlejuice 2. We'll see. We'll see. It's coming out soon, so we'll see. Anyway. There you go, Shuffler. Did her friend have a hunchback or a missing eye? No, the way she described her, Brock, I just wasn't into it, you know? I don't even remember her, I don't even remember what her friend looked like, you know? So, yeah. Have you seen the 1992 movie Poison Ivy with Drew Barrymore? I don't think so, Tinder Immortal. I don't think I have. But I could definitely watch the trailer. That's funny, Visions. Like, picture Fears using a Ouija board. Excuse me. Are there any hot lady chicks that are ghosts? Fears is single. I'm just saying. That would be fucking hilarious. I'm single. I'm ready to mingle. But that would be nuts. Like, the girl that Fears hooks up with, she's like some hot smoking like chick from the 50s. And she's got like, the Pink Ladies, jacket on from the 50s, Grease. She's like, well, hey, fella, what's going on? And she's got that 50s, like, blonde fucking poofy hair, that they use like a gallon of hairspray on. That would be nuts. I'm just saying. But that was funny, Visions. That was funny. All right. I'm going to catch up with the chat, and then I'm going to do some reviews here. Yo, Walter, what's up? Good to see you. Good to see you. Hulk Hogan is a legend. Very true. Very true. Have you ever went to a WWE event? A long time ago. Spiritual. I think I've went to 3. My dad took me and my brother to one, and then I went to one with my buddy Eric. And then I don't remember the third one I went to, but let's put it this way. I haven't went to one in quite a long time. Randall says, Beetlejuice 2 doesn't look good. Some of it looks good, Randall. That's why I'm saying I'm kind of scared, Randall. They may have fucked it up. Some of it looks good. Some of it looks like crap. So, I don't know. We'll see. I'm hoping for the best. I really am. In my opinion, it looks all stuff. She does look a little bit like Sally from A Nightmare Before Christmas. That's the movie I'm waiting for, Randall. I would love to see a live action version of A Nightmare Before Christmas. I love Nightmare Before Christmas. That is like a really cool claymation animated film. It's so good. I watch it every Halloween, I either watch it on Halloween or in the Halloween season, and then I watch it every Christmas too. So yeah, I always watch Christmas Vacation, either on Christmas Day or on Christmas Eve or during the Christmas season. So, hey, what do you know? We got 15 people watching. Well, thanks for all the support. I appreciate that. Brock says, no more wire hangers. I've heard that from somewhere. I've never seen it. Like, apparently the mother goes ballistic. And I think I've seen the trailer. She's got a bunch of, like, white makeup. Like, her makeup's, like, over the top, and she's crying, and she's like, no more hangers, you fucking bitch! And I'm like, why are you going nuts? They're just hangers. Shh, just calm down. You'll be all right. It'll be okay. But she goes pretty nuts over those hangers. But yeah. So yeah. I doubt the single ghost would be honest with you. They'll probably say they're thin and sexy when in actuality they're big and grungy. Oh my lord, Randall. I can't believe you said that. Single ghosts are known catfishes. I'm impressed, Randall. I'm impressed that you know this information. Wow. Okay. All right. Well, good to know. Good to know. I hope they have a collector's cup and a limited edition Beetlejuice popcorn bucket. This is true. Because Pretend Stories, if you remember, I was so pissed off. They said, I called up the theater. They said it. They lied to Fears. I said, do you have an Indiana Jones collector's cup? Oh, yeah, we have a collector's cup. I get there, I'm like, oh, you little bastards. You lied me. No Indiana Jones collector's cup. F for presentation, my friends. I'm just saying. Mm-hmm. I don't think I've ever seen that movie, Visions. You know, I try to get to as many movies as I can, so I can't wait to do another movie theater watch reaction video, like where I vlog in the theater and out of the theater, and then I give my review like in the car, and then I usually end it in the car, so can't wait to do another one. Probably the next one of those will either be Long Legs or Beetlejuice. I'm thinking. All right. Let's get to some reviews, shall we? Planet of the Apes. Loved it. Loved it. I'm going to give it a 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. It was good. It was really good. Especially the ending. He's like, oh my God, I thought I was on another planet. And he you look in his eyes, he realizes how fucked he is. He goes, I'm not on another planet. I thought I was on another planet. I've time traveled to the future, and it's the future of Earth, and like the Statue of Liberty is like all grungy, and like you only see half of it, and it's like buried in the sand, and he's like, oh shit. So that was probably one of my favorite scenes. Another scene is the court. Like they have a little court trial, and he's trying to explain to these like these apes, like, you're not even gonna give me a chance to explain. They don't believe him. They're like, oh, you're not from another planet. You're not, what the hell is an astronaut? And da 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 da. And then he's like, I am. He goes, I'm being honest. I'm not lying. He goes, you guys aren't believing me. He goes, you need to fucking shut up. Listen to me. I know what the hell I'm talking about, But they don't even give him a chance. They're like, yeah, whatever. You're just lying. And so they don't believe him. And then I loved all the behind the scenes. Like, they had like original makeup tests, like in the because it was filmed in 1968, I think. Let's see. It's either 1967 or 1968. Anyway, it's super old. So it was kind of cool to see all those old. They had the old making of on there, and then they had the makeup tests, and then they did a documentary on it. So it was really good. So I do recommend the old one. So I can't wait to watch the sequels. I've never seen the sequels to Planet of the Apes. I've seen a little bit of this. Now I've seen it in its entirety. And it gets a 10 out of 10. Let's see. It's difficult to watch good movies when there are 7 Resident Evils in the way. This is true, Visions. Sometimes Hollywood, they make too many sequels. I don't. If it furthers the story in a good way, then I'm all for sequels. If it's just sequel after sequel after sequel of them making shitty sequels just to make fucking bullshit and just to enhance money and make more money, then there's no need for sequels. So yeah, this is true. Hero says, okay, my friend, time to go. Going live now. It's time to build some Legos. Oh, nice! Heroes, have a good stream. Good luck. I'll try to tune in a little bit on your live whenever I get done. And if I miss your live, because I'm streaming, or I'm gonna try to take a nap before I go into work, then I will catch you another day, my friend. But good luck on the build. Good luck on the build. So yeah, Heroes. I'm just gonna put it out there. Your best build ever was kind of off camera. Whenever I came over to your house and you showed me the Tower of Avengers, the Avenger Tower was fucking awesome, and then what was the other build you did? The Thanos' hand, I think you did with the Infinity Stones. I think you did that build. That was a good build. I think you did that one. I'm pretty sure. So yeah. So yeah, man. Good luck on the build, buddy. Good luck on the build. So yeah. Time to pop over to LC's Lego stream. All right, Pretend Stories. I'll see you later. Have a good one. So anyway, I really thoroughly enjoyed this. I highly recommend this. 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. And then today, I watched the remake of Planet of the Apes. I'll be honest. I was going in thinking, oh, this is going to be crap. It's not going to live up to the original. I will say this. It doesn't live up to the original, but it wasn't a bad remake. It was all right. I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. It was okay. It was an enjoyable watch. It's not as good as the original, but It was an okay watch. It wasn't bad. It wasn't good. It was just, in the middle. It was all right. His landing, his crash landing on the planet is far more intense than the original. So I like the landing crash in this, and then if I had to pick a second one, at the end of the movie, instead of you seeing the Statue of Liberty, he actually gets back to Earth, and there's a big twist at the end if you haven't seen it, and they've changed the Lincoln Memorial statue of Lincoln sitting in his chair to a monkey sitting in the chair. So that was kind of a cool scene, but it wasn't a bad remake. It wasn't bad. It wasn't good. It was an enjoyable watch. Again, I cannot wait to watch the old sequels to Planet of the Apes. And that's the first time that I sat down and watched it all the way through. And it's really good. Really good. The makeup's good. The sets are good. I'm sure it was a tough role for Charleston, whatever his last name is. I can't remember. He plays in the Omega Man. He plays a lot of futuristic movies. And he did a cameo in Wayne's World Part 2. Gordon Street. Ah, yes, Gordon Street. I once knew a girl that lived on Gordon Street long, long, long time ago when I was a young man. Not a day passes when I think about that perfect girl on Gordon Street. It's one of the greatest cameos ever. And it's out of fucking nowhere. So, 7 out of 10. And if I had to, let's see, the crash landing's probably my favorite scene. If I had to pick a second scene, probably them showing his old ship, and he turns on, and I was astounded that his old ship still works. So, yeah. 7 out of 10. Let's see. You have to have a good concept for a sequel. Oh, I agree, Randall. I agree. Like Resident Evil in Vegas. I agree, Randall. That's a way better name for that movie than like Extinction or whatever the hell it was. Or T2, where the Terminator's a good guy. I'll even admit, even though it sucked, T3 had a good one with What If Judgment Still Happened. Yeah, T3 was all right. It was okay, Randall. I mean, I'll be honest. I like Terminator Salvation more than T3. Out of all the Terminator movies, T3 sucks probably the most. But T1 is fucking phenomenal. T2 is fucking phenomenal. Terminator Salvation, that was all right. I did enjoy that one. Number 5, the Genesis one, it's okay. There was some good throwbacks to T1 and T2. I did like the Fate one. The Fate one, Randall, the most recent one where they actually killed John Connor because nobody expected it. And I was like, oh shit. They killed John Connor like 2 or 3 minutes into the movie. I was like, oh shit. Where's this going? So that one was good, but I want James Cameron, Randall, to come back and direct another one, Because when he directed T1 and T2, magic happened on the screen, people. Now, I'm not discrediting those other directors, but he's the one that made up Terminator, so I want to see the inventor, the creator, to come back and make some magic on the screen. So, yeah. But Visions, I totally agree with you with what you said. It's difficult to watch good movies when there are 7 Resident Evils. Well, not just Resident Evil, just tons of shitty sequels, Again, I don't mind sequels if they further the story in a good way. If it's just them pumping out bullshit just to make money, that's when I'm like, come on. I'm like, 1, this has nothing to do with the story, or 2, it doesn't even make sense, or 3, they're just doing this just to make money, And I know Hollywood needs to make a profit, but we as fans, I want a good story. That's why people watch movies. They watch them to be entertained. What's going to happen next? They want to see what happens in the story. And if it's just a bunch of bullshit, you know, I'm just like, oh, fuck this, man, you know? T2 was one of the greatest movies of all time. I agree, Randall. I agree. And it's Dark Fate. Oh, what did I say? Randall, you know what I meant, though. You know what I meant. But Dark Fate, I did enjoy that one. Plus, the villain in it was really good, Randall. Really good. There was a good villain in T2, the Team 1000, the liquid metal guy. Epic villain. Epic. So, yeah. Very cool. Very, very cool. Very cool. All right. Let's start with this. Resident Evil. I loved it. Zombies. There's a liquor at the end. Oh, yeah. The T-Virus. The thing is with Resident Evil, why the fuck would anyone want to make the T-Virus? I know the creator of the T-Virus meant good intentions, but guess what? Good intentions were thrown out the fucking window, and all hell breaks loose in this fucking movie. But I have played, not every Resident Evil video game, but almost every Resident Evil video game. And this movie has the most scenes in it from the video games. All the other Resident Evils, they mention stuff from the video games, but they don't really get it that right. These two, in my opinion, are the only good ones. This one, they focus on the original PlayStation 1 Resident Evil video game. This one's based on Resident Evil 2 and 3. So, I'm going to give this one a 9 out of 10. My two favorite scenes is when the Hive actually talks to their group and says, I don't think you're going to live. I don't think you're going to survive. And then they ask them about what is the T-Virus, how the T-Virus works, how do you kill the zombies, and Alice says, look, you're going to help us no matter what. If you don't help us, we're going to fry your circuit boards. And then the computer finally decides to give them a way out. It's not a good way out, but it's a way out. So at least, that one was a good scene. Another good scene is, probably my second favorite team, is when, before all the team members die, a bunch of the team members explain to Alice and Spencer and the other guy, I forgot the other guy's name, why they were sent on this mission. And I don't remember the British actor's name, but he's in a lot of James Bond movies, and he's a really good British actor. I just cannot remember his name. He's like the commander, and he's like, 5 hours ago, the Red Queen went homicidal and killed everybody in the Hive. And they're like, what's the Hive? And he has to explain a lot. And the way he explains it, and then he shows like a map of the Hive. It's a really cool scene. So I'd say those two are my favorite scenes. Those two are really good. And then all the references to the game are good. So it's a solid watch. 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10. Number 2, it's okay. It's good. It's just not as good as number 1. I'm going to give this one an 8 out of 10. Again, those two are probably the best Resident Evil game. I mean, they're the best Resident Evil movies. I do also enjoy this one. This one was pretty good too. But yeah, Randall did not like this one. I thought it was all right. You know, I've already watched that. I've already reviewed that for you guys like ages ago. I enjoyed it. I'm going to give it a big thumbs up. So, this one's a sequel. It basically happens like a couple of weeks after number 1 ends. And the infection is spread into the city. It's all over the Hive. They try to go back into the Hive and try to clean it up. And as they try to clean it up, again, all hell was already broken loose, but all hell breaks loose even more, and the infection spreads even more and more. And now it's all over the city, and it's every man and woman and child for themselves. And then the creator of the T virus, his daughter gets lost in the city, and he makes a deal with Alice and all the remaining humans that have not got their neck chewed out by a zombie to retrieve the daughter of the inventor of the T virus. And it doesn't end well for anyone. There's only a couple of survivors at the end. Alice is one of them. So, my two favorite scenes, probably when they introduce Jill Valentine. They got a really sexy British actress. I don't know her name, but whoever it was that played Jill Valentine, she is super British, super sexy, and she had a great American accent. But if you watch the bonus features, which I did, she's like, "Oh, I love playing Jill Valentine." I was like, "Damn, she is not just British. She is like super fucking British, you know?" She was so hot. So, or still is, you know. So I was like, good choice on playing Jill Valentine. So her introduction, she like comes into the jail. I mean into the police station and kills like 5 zombies like right away. So, oh yeah. Randall, I was about to read your comments, but then you retracted them. I'm sorry, my bad. So yeah. Let's see here. The original T virus was supposed to be a cosmetic product designed to reverse aging. They weren't trying to make a virus that created zombies. Yeah, I know, Randall. Yeah, I know. I said that at the beginning of this review. I'm like, they meant good intentions, and then they found out that if you use the T virus in another way, then it brings the dead back to life. And I know the creator, he invented it. They even kind of describe it in Resident Evil 2 in this one. He originally designed it to help his daughter walk again, and it was supposed to reproduce cells or something to help her walk again. And then the Umbrella Corporation, like the high executives, get their hands on it, and they want to turn it into a weapon. And then they find out. Then they did like the T virus, some tests like on animals, and they would kill animals, and then like they bring them back to life. Then they're like, oh, well, let's try it on a dead body, and then all hell breaks loose. So originally, it was supposed to help his daughter and other patients like walk again, and it was supposed to be an epic medical breakthrough, and it just turned out to be it turned out to go horribly wrong. So yeah, and that's saying it mildly, you know. All hell broke loose, my friends. So there it is. So let's see. So I'd say my first favorite scene is when they introduce Jill Valentine, and she kills like 5 zombies, or I can't remember how many zombies, but she kills a whole bunch of zombies at the police station. And then probably the street scene where you see all the star members, the police squad, and it's directly out of the video game where they like jump out of a helicopter and they slide down a rope, and that's in the video game. And you see them all shooting the zombies in the street, and then they think they're going to take out all the zombies, and there's just too many, and the zombies just like jump on top of them, start biting, chewing their fucking neck, and killing everybody. That's directly out of the game. So I'd say those two are my favorite scenes. So like I said, I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10, my friends. Ah! There we are. And last but not least, garbage. Garbage. Shit garbage. 2 out of 10. It was horrible. Don't even waste your time watching this. It was crap. It was garbage. It was terrible. It was bad. So bad. So bad. It was horrible. Garbage. First of all, Randall, you had a way better. They should have called it Resident Evil Vegas. I like that. Randall, I'm not just saying that I like that title because we're best buddies. I'm saying it because it's the truth. So already Randall had a good idea on the title. Second of all, in the games, they never go to the desert, and they never go to Vegas, so it was nothing like the video games. Nothing. It was horrible. I didn't like it. But it came in the trilogy pack, so I guess I'll keep it in the collection, but it was horrible. 2 out of 10. And I'm not even going to tell you guys my favorite scene because there wasn't many good scenes in it. So there it is. There it is. There we go. Anyway, let's pick some movies for Fears to watch tonight. I still need to watch Jackass 3, so I'm going to watch Jackass 3. And then I started watching the original, When a Stranger Calls, and I think I had to stop watching it because I had to mosey on off to work one day, and I just never got back to it. So I'm going to finish watching When a Stranger Calls. Old horror movie. So, and the funny thing is this actress, she's like super young in this. I don't remember her name. What's her name? What's her fucking name? I can't remember her name, and I can't find it on this Blu-ray cover. Carol Kane. Carol Kane is in. Now she's still an actress, but she's super old now. But she was in the last thing I saw her in. This must have been one of her first things that she was in. I don't know if it was her first movie, but she's super young in this. She looks like she's, 18, 19, maybe 20. She looks super young in this. So I'm sure it was one of her first films, but I recently saw her in. She was in season 1 and season 2 of the new Star Trek TV show, Star Trek: A Strange New Worlds, which I love. I cannot wait until season 3 comes out. I'm really looking forward to it. I may have to put the movies on hold, buy it real quick, and watch season 3, because when seasons 1 and 2 came out, man, I went through that super quick. And I can't wait for the 3rd season of The Mandalorian to come out. Oh my God. I love The Mandalorian. It was so good. So good. The Mandalorian TV show gets a 10 out of 10. So all the other seasons probably are going to get a 10 out of 10 for Pierce, because I couldn't get enough of it. The Mandalorian show was fucking amazing. It was so good. Pardon my French, but it was that good. At least that's what I think. I loved it. I enjoyed it. It was pretty good. Andor was good. It wasn't as good as The Mandalorian, but it was still good. Andor, I think I gave that a 9 out of 10. And then the Obi-Wan Kenobi series, even though it's a mini-series, I think they should have made a second season to it, but it only had 6 episodes. It was a mini-series, but those 6 episodes were good, man. So the Obi-Wan Kenobi mini-series gets a 10 out of 10 for Fears. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Let's see. Let's go to the pile of the wall. You want me to grab something off the wall tonight? All right. Well, all right. I'm going to finish watching this, so let's hold off on Jackass. Let's go to the wall. Let's go to the wall. Oh, let's see here. What am I in the mood for? You know, I've been watching a lot of horror movies. Let's go with a comedy. I think we're gonna go Seth Rogen style and do Pineapple Express. So The movies for tonight are Pineapple Express and When a Stranger Calls. So yeah. There we are. And let me just mark in my book. So, tomorrow's movies to review are Pineapple Express and When a Stranger Calls. All right. Vision says When a Stranger Calls is great. I know. Well, from what I've watched so far, Visions, again, I was watching it and then it just got to be too late and I was getting tired, so I turned it off and I was like, I got to finish watching this. I took a nap and then when I woke up, I was like, oh shit, I need to start getting ready for work. And then I went into work and I just never got back to it. So I'm gonna try and finish it tonight, but so far so good, my friends. So far so good. So far, so good. And then, I think to end this stream, I'm going to watch some trailers. So, Tinder Immortal said I need to watch the Poison Ivy trailer. So, I've heard of it, I just don't think I've ever seen it. So, Tinder Immortal, if you're still watching, I'm going to watch this one. So, Poison Ivy trailer. Oh wow, this was made in 1992. So quite old. Alright, let's watch this. Here we go. Alright, here we go. Oh my gosh, Tinder Immortal. It's got that girl that played Darlene from Roseanne in it. Oh, Lord. All right. That was kind of a shock. I was like, oh, Lordy.
What are you busted for? I gotta keep a certain grade point average.
I've always thought Drew Barrymore was a babe, you know. I always thought she was a babe, you know, so I think she's married. She's married and she has... I think she's got a couple of kids. I don't know how many, but sadly, Drew Barrymore's already taken. And then she's got that. Now she's got her own show, the Drew Barrymore Show. I think she's married. I could be wrong, but I think she is.
Biology. My name's Sylvie Cooper.
Like most 15-year-olds, what Sylvie Cooper wanted more than anything else was a best friend.
Everybody hates me. Oh, well, everybody hates me too.
Everybody hates you? I can relate to that. Every troll on YouTube hates me. That's okay. I hate them too. So, it makes sense.
Someone to talk to.
Wow.
You know what it is because Fears is not afraid of them. They think that, like, they can just do and say whatever the hell they want. Now, obviously, they can't, you know. But I'll be honest. I've been caring over the years, as I get older, I care less and less what those idiots think about me, you know. Because I've never done anything wrong in my life. Yeah, I've made tiny little mistakes, you know, here and there, but nothing catastrophic. And me and Randall had a very long talk, you know, a long time ago. And Randall, you said a lot of stuff. Visions has said it before. Pixel said it before. A lot of people have told me, Fears, no matter what you do, no matter what you say, they're always going to find something to nitpick about you. Oh, you don't make enough content, Fears. You know, you're weird. You're cringe. They make fun of my height. Fears, why are you always tomato face? Now, I've told them a million times, I don't know why. I have sensitive skin. If I laugh too hard, I turn bright red. It is what it is. I just have light skin. I have sensitive skin. I don't know what it is. But no matter what you do, no matter what you say, they're always going to judge you, you know? I could make 10,000 videos, like in a matter of a week. That's not enough, Fears, you know? Like, you should have made 11,000. So it doesn't matter what I say. It doesn't matter what you guys are loving and loyal fans. You guys could back me up. And Yak Off would always have something negative to say. So would Quentin. So would that, whatever that idiot's name it, Crackpot, that fucking moron in the Discord. They're idiots. Every single one of them. Every single one of them. Carl the Fan, he's a fucking idiot. Adam Achidi, he's one of the worst idiots, you know? He's a fake and a phony. I don't believe he doesn't deserve not one sub. Because I watched some of his content recently. He doesn't even edit his own content. At least the Fierce Man edits every single video that I make. He's hardly in his videos. He always gets some of his chums to make his videos. You know, and he doesn't even edit. Even what you see with Fears is what you get. Even if I had 1 million subs, I would still edit my own content. You know? It means more to me when I edit each video. That's just me. But there's so many haters out there. So my advice is don't do anything that Fears did back in the day. It took me a very long time. I would always freak out. What? Fuck you. I hope you fucking die. And da-da-da-da-da. All that fucking bullshit. If I wouldn't have acted like that, then I probably wouldn't have all these trolls now, because they know how to push my buttons. They know how to, like, dig the knife in. You know, they make it super personal, and that's usually when Fears freaks out. But it's for good reason. If they make fun of my dead relatives, which they have, or if they make fun of my family, or my friends, or my dad, I don't care if they make fun of my content. It just gets really fucking old after a while, but they're not worth it. They're not worth it. They're not worth your time. Or they could turn into like a real psycho like Larry's became. Larry actually tried to convince me that trolls are your best friends. No, they're not. And I wasn't going, and Larry, he's older than me. And I'm more mature than Larry. Larry's like 50-something, and he's acting like a psycho. He keeps trying to turn me gay, which that'll never happen. But I went into the Discord like a couple days ago, and he keeps telling people, oh yeah, when I hung out with Fears sucked me off, and I couldn't believe what I was reading. I was like, so he thinks he's mature, a 50-year-old saying all this crazy shit? And I have nothing against gay people. I'm not gay. But they always say that I'm gay. They always say that I am gay, or we think Fears is gay, and I'm like, you can believe whatever you want, but I know for a fact I'm not gay. And I think they give me so much shit about that because, one, my last date with a girl didn't go so well. That wasn't my fault. She was just a raving lunatic. And then I haven't had like a real relationship like after Christmas it'll be 5 years, you know? So they can believe whatever the hell they want. I don't care because I know the truth. You guys know the truth. They say I'm the most horrible person alive, and I'm not, you know? And and one of the recent things I heard, oh yeah, I saw Fears' newest, toy man thing. He only donated to charity because, he wants to put on that I'm a good guy persona. No, I donated because, one, I wanted to help my friend's charity out because I am a nice guy, and me and that guy have been old convention buddies for a long time, and he is a good guy. My friend that puts on that charity, he's married, he has kids of his own. One of his kids has a disability, and the reason why he made that charity was to help disadvantaged children and disability children. And so in the vlog, I was like, hey, that's a good charity. I'll help my friend out, and I gave him $20. Would a horrible person would not help out his friend or donated to charity. And I actually donated to 3 charities that day. And I'm not saying that to like show off. They always make me out to be the bad guy. I'm like, would a horrible person do that? No. There was another charity where I went to someone's table and she overcame breast cancer. So on her on her vendor's table, they had brochures to donate to breast cancer awareness. I donated to that charity. And then the last charity, that one girl that works, she makes all the food at the Toy Man Toy Show. And I believe that's one of Chris's daughters. But she helps Chris, my buddy Chris, run Toy Man. Because now Chris owns it because his dad owned it, but then when his dad passed away, his dad gave him the convention. And so I looked at her and she's like, oh my God, people give me so much crap, when I'm trying to sell the food. I'm like, I know, you don't have to put up with their bullshit. And she's got a tip jar, and there was hardly any tips in her jar. And then when I came around a second time, I was like, oh, you're starting to get a little bit more tips in there. She goes, yeah, it's starting to pick up a little bit. I was like, well, you know what? I'm like, I'll give you a couple bucks. So I tipped her because she did a great job. And the food tasted amazing, So don't believe any of this bullshit they say about me, guys. They make me out to be the most horrible person alive, and which, in fact, that's the farthest from the truth. So, but what are you going to do? Haters are going to hate. The haters are going to talk. There's nothing I can do about it. I can't stop them, so believe whatever you want, but I'm being honest. Anyway, I'll get back to the chat in a minute. Let's finish this. Let's finish this trailer. Tinder Immortal suggested this one. Poison Ivy, 1992. So far, so good. Tinder Immortal.
Great.
Someone to understand her.
Oh, Ivy, this is my mom, Georgie.
I'll be honest, I don't know if this is a comedy Tinder Immortal. I don't know if it's like an action adventure. I don't know if it's a horror film. I have no idea, but we're going to find out.
Till death.
Someone like Ivy.
It's nice and cool in here. I missed my ride.
No.
Dad, she's my best friend.
But Ivy didn't just want a friend. Ivy wanted more.
I hope that when I die, I'll have owned a sports car, had a family, a home.
And she'd do anything to get it.
Oh Lord, it's starting to go dark here. Oh man.
Hello, Mr. Cooper. Care for anything?
Oh man. This is a side of Drew Barrymore I've never seen. Oh Lord. She always plays like the sweet, innocent, girl type of, roles, and then she's playing a dark character here. Oh my Lord. Oh Lord.
What the hell are you doing in my mom's car?
Won't ever happen again.
Please stop! Hey, I want to hear you say, are you accusing me of something? Why did you do something?
No, Fred, come here. No, Fred, come here.
Oh Lord. She threw somebody off a balcony. Well, that's not good. That's not good at all.
All be together now. We can all be a family.
It's weird, Tinder Immortal. She starts off as this sweet, innocent, I'm your best friend, and then she turns into a psychopath, and she's trying to take this young girl's family away. We'll all be a family. We'll all live together. Everything will be okay. And it just keeps getting worse and worse. Oh Lord. Oh Lordy. That's not good. She threw somebody off a fucking balcony. It was like, GUNG! Oh, man. That was nuts. That was intense. Really intense. Really intense. Alright, let me get back to the chat. Let's see here. When a stranger calls... Oh, wait. When a stranger calls is great. Yeah, that's what you were saying, Visions. I mean, so far, so good. I've watched about half of it. I can't wait to watch the rest. So, I did know that about her, Tinder Immortal. She used to be married to Tom Green. Now they're just good friends. Because Tom Green, I've watched the Drew Barrymore show a couple of times, and one of those times, she had Tom Green on her show. And I was like, that's cool. At least they're still friends, you know. 10,000 videos is a lot. This is true, Dr. Jenkins, but I was just, not that Fears has ever made 10,000 videos. I've made a lot of videos over my YouTube career, but the reason why I said that is, it doesn't matter what you do, what you say. Haters are always going to hate. They've already decided, you know, what they're going to believe, you know. What they fail to realize is, here's the truth about Fears, and then over here's all the stupid made-up bullshit that they say about me. You know, it just gets old after a while. I'm just like, whatever, you know, because I can't stop them from saying things, nor would I want to, because I'm like, no matter what you say, no matter what you do, they're just going to keep, you know, even if I died tomorrow, they'd still be hating on me, you know, after my death. You know, they always say the most horrible things about me. It's not just me. They make fun of Sega behind Sega's back. They've made fun of Carrie. They've made fun of Randall. You know, Yakov thought it was great to make fun of Randall's religion. So they don't have. They love crossing lines. You know, me, I have morals and values. There's certain things where I don't think you should go there. I don't think you should say this. I don't think you should cross that line. They love pissing people off. They love crossing lines. They love they don't care, you know? They don't care about you guys. They don't care about me. All they care about is making people's lives miserable. And it's sad. It's really sad. Especially Larry, you know? I would think he'd be more mature because he's almost 50. And he's acting like a 3-year-old. Like, oh, I sucked Fears off. That is just, 1, that's gross. 2, that's untrue. And I can't believe the shit that comes out of his mouth, you know? I'm like, I don't know. It's just, he's acting really fucking weird. And the thing is, he was a troll all along. You know? And I understand the reason why he wanted to be on a live stream. Because he wanted to say all this crazy shit on my live. I don't know if he was doing it to get more views or more exposure to his channel or whatever. But I knew it was a setup from day one. I was like, you don't care about me, Larry. You care about making a big spectacle. Because he literally said, Quentin is the best person that you could have on your side, Fears. So is Yakov. I'm like, no, they're not. I'm like, they've tortured me for years. I don't want them as friends. I don't want to get to know them. They're fucking morons. They're fucking idiots. I'm not going to waste my energy on them, and I'm not going to waste energy on this conversation anymore. So I'm like, I'm going to just do the more mature thing and just walk away. And I even said that to Larry. I was like, Larry, I'm not even going to humor this conversation, buddy. And he got all pissed off that I said all that. And now he's like on a rampage, like, I'm gonna kill Fears. I'm gonna hunt him down. I'm gonna ruin his reputation. You're not ruining my reputation, because nobody believes not one damn word. All the shit that Larry's saying, and if you guys do believe some of this, you shouldn't, because he's falsely accusing Fears of all this crazy shit. So don't even waste your time. Vision says, "Wow." My thoughts exactly, buddy. My thoughts exactly. Wow is right. That doesn't sound like friendship. It isn't. It isn't. Tinder says, are you going to put up the tree on Halloween? Oh, no. I'm going to put up the tree before Halloween. I never wait till Christmas, Tinder Immortal. There's 2 types of trees in Fears' life. There's the Halloween tree, and I put it up either before October 1st or on October 1st. And then I show it off either in a video or a vlog or a live. And then when Christmas comes around, I just add all the Christmas stuff. And I kind of do like a Nightmare Before Christmas thing where it's like half my decorations are Halloween in my house and the other half are like Christmas stuff. So, yeah. Randall says, what was your take on Terminator Dark Fate? I already said, Randall, I totally agree with you. I thought it was good. I enjoyed it. I really liked it, you know? I'm telling you, Randall, the worst Terminator movie, in my opinion, is Part 3. The ones that I enjoyed the most was Part 1, Part 2, Terminator Salvation a little bit, and then Dark Fate. That one was good. I enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it. Anyway, I had to move. My leg was getting numb. If you sit Indian style for so long, I had to get some life back into my legs. All right, I think I'm going to end this stream. I'm just going to go on YouTube. Visions, let's see if we can find some 80s movie trailers. I'm just going to go to YouTube and write in 80s movie trailers and see what pops up. Because usually, I haven't done that in a long time. Usually you guys refer me to some old 80s sci-fi movies that are fucking hilarious, and I add them to the list, or some 80s horror that's just pure fucking hilarious. Let's see if I can just find some on my own. So, here we go. I'm just going to write in 80s horror movie trailers. So we'll try that, and then if we don't find any, then I'll switch to sci-fi. Here we go. All right, here we go. Ooh, already we found some. Let's see. Troll 1986 popped up. Well, I've already seen that. I saw that with Randall, and Randall, that was a good one. Randall, do you remember we watched that at your house? The best scene in that is where the husband, doesn't he have like a Walkman on or something? And he's showing his wife his dance moves. And his dance moves are fucking insane. And that's probably the hardest I've laughed in a long time. I was on the floor, dying of laughter. He's all like bebopping away and shit. And the guy was not a good dancer. But he was selling it, Randall. He was selling it to his wife that I am a good dancer, even though he wasn't. And he was determined to win over his wife with those dance skills. And I was like, whew, this is fucking terrible, but like in a good way. So I've already watched that trailer. Let's see if we can find it in something else. Demons, 1985. I don't think I've ever heard of that one. Visions, have you ever heard of Demons? 1980. Let's watch Demons 1985. Let's see if, because I know for a fact that's not on the list yet. Let's see if that one's good. Let's see. Warning, this film contains scenes which are considered shocking. No one under 17 will be admitted into the theater. Oh, Lord. So this means this trailer is going to be pretty nuts. But my question is will it make the list? Will it make the list? We'll see.
The preview you are about to watch is for a movie that is unlike any you have ever seen before.
Oh, Lord.
It is for a movie that goes beyond temporary fear to everlasting terror. It is a movie called Demons. Yes, the demons are coming, and they're coming for you.
Oh, my Lord. They've got yellow glowing eyes and then some, like, biker chick with, like, spikes coming off of her leather jacket put on this silver mask. So already, this looks nuts.
If you have the courage to see demons, sit near an exit. Otherwise, you might never get out. In your theater, who will survive the touch of the demons, and who will not?
No!
With music by Billy Idol, Motley Crue.
Oh, Billy Idol did some music on this. Nice. There you go.
The Adventures, Rick Springfield, and Saxon. This is no dream. This is happening right now. And it could be happening.
I guess there's a cyborg in it because one guy, like, grabs some girl by the shoulder, and on one side of his face, I don't know if it was a mask or if it was a piece of metal, but on one side he had flesh, and on the other side he had like a metal plate like on his face with a red eye, kind of like Kano from Mortal Kombat. So there could have been a cyborg in it. I don't know. Maybe it was a mask. I have no idea. But he looked hilarious.
To you, demons. They will make cemeteries their cathedrals, and the cities will be your tombs. Will you survive it? Demons.
Demons? I've never heard of this one. It looks crazy. It looks pretty nuts. But like in a good way, though. I'm not all the way sold on it. I'm going to put a maybe. I'll put it down as a maybe. Maybe. We'll see. I'm half sold on it. It looked pretty nuts. We'll see. Demons, 1985. And apparently they made a sequel to it because as soon as this one was done, it said Demons 2. Original trailer. So let's watch Demons 2, shall we? And then I'll get back to the chat. Here we go. Demons 2. Oh, Lord. Apparently it's somebody's birthday because it right when it started, it says Demons 2, and then there's like someone in the dark shadows, and then on a table there's like a birthday cake, so already we're off to a good start.
Hey, wait! There's something weird here.
Hey, there's something weird here. Well, no shit. Fucking demons are chasing you, you fucking bitch. Apparently this demon has got some stomach aches because he was burping a lot or something. And there was a lot of gurgle sounds. I don't know. But there you are. Oh my god, a demon is coming out of a television now. This is nuts. I love how 80s were like 80s horror had like rock and roll and like death metal in it and shit. It's hilarious.
Sally?
This girl is breaking every single like horror movie rule. She answered the door, she ran up the stairs. She screamed when a demon came out of her fucking television. She said, "Who are you?" Does it matter? A fucking demon just came out of your television. Run your ass off. So she's like just asking to be killed. I don't know.
Hello?
Now she just punched the demon in the face, so she's pissing off the demon, you know? That's the last thing you want to do is piss off the killer or piss off the demon or piss off the horrible thing trying to attack you.
Hello?
These demons have got yellow glowing eyes in it too. Alright. Oh Lord. I wonder how many sequels they made to this. Well, I mean, they made 2, so... Alright, let me get... Before I watch any other trailers, let me get back to the chat, because I don't want to get too far behind. Yeah, Demons? I've never heard of it, but it looks nuts. It looks insane. Alright. Let's see. Where did I leave off? Demons is a cult classic. I haven't watched it it's been a good 5-6 years, though. Okay! It looks pretty nuts. So yeah, the ignore stream. All right, Deuce. All right, later, Dr. Jenkins. All right, let's see if I can find another one. Well, I wasn't going to tell you guys this. I was just going to surprise you, but I'm tickled to death. I can't wait to tell you, so I'm just going to tell you now. Remember a few days ago I said I already ordered one movie off the list? Because I haven't watched anything off the list in quite a long time. I ordered that, like, super cop movie, the Rotor movie, where he's, like, the cop of the future, and it's, like, 25 years, L.A., it's, like, 25 years into the future, and he's, like, this ultimate cop of L.A., so I just checked, before I went live, I checked the email. They said it should get to my house in a couple of days, so I cannot wait to watch this hilarious, it's like all four. It's a comedy, it's an action, adventure, sci-fi, horror movie. It's got them all, so I'll let you know if it's any good, because I think you said you've never seen that one, Vision, so I'm going to have to watch it. The trailer looked absolutely hysterical, like the narrator comes over, and it's like, this guy's got the best over-the-top narration. He's like, it's 25 years into the future. Crime is at an all-high. Criminals have no respect for the law. Dun, dun, dun. We need a man of action. And that action is not even a man. It's a robot. And then apparently the robot malfunctions and fucking all hell breaks loose. And whenever I watch the trailer, it looks like it's a mixture of RoboCop / Terminator with a little bit of, like, Judge Dredd in there, a little bit. Because he's jury, executioner, he's all of that, so hopefully it's not a waste of money. Hopefully it'll be a good watch. The trailer looked absolutely fucking hysterical. I can't wait to watch it, so that should be coming to my house in a couple of days, and I can't wait to watch it, and I'll definitely review it for you guys. So there we are. Alright. Let's watch another one. And then I'm going to switch to sci-fi. Let's try and find another horror movie and watch that one. Let's see here. So, I already watched Alligator, 1980. Alien vs. Predator showed up. I just watched that recently. Ooh, I've never heard of this one. Dolls, 1987. Well, I recently just watched a doll movie called Dolly Dearest, and that was hysterical. So let's watch Dolls. So, Visions, I don't know if you've ever heard of this one. Dolls, 1987. Let's see if this makes the list. Alright.
Come on, let's get going.
It looked like a safe haven from the raging storm.
Wait a minute, I think I've seen this. I think this is already on the list. Hang on. Is this on the list? This one looks familiar. Hang on. I guess not. I thought it was already on the list, I guess. I don't know. It seems familiar. Maybe I've watched this, maybe I haven't. I can't remember. Let's watch.
It's an odd kind of place. Where'd your folks get it from, Boris Karloff?
Their hosts seemed like the essence
Oh,
of...
nice name drop. Boris Karloff. I think he played... Oh, I can't remember if he played... Hang on. He either played Dracula or he played Frankenstein. Oh, I can't remember. I know he played either Frankenstein or Dracula. I can't remember which one.
Hospitality.
Stay here as long as you like. Wonderful.
But appearances can be very deceiving.
What's the matter? Afraid of the dark?
You know, this is just copying Child's Play. You know, they make a couple of Chucky movies in the 80s, and then, like, Dolly Dearest was a total ripoff of Chucky. It was alright, it was okay. It was just like the woman version of Chucky, you know? So, this Dolls trailer looks very reminiscent to Chucky. So I don't know. But it's a rip-off Chucky movie, I think.
Yep. Scared?
Well, of course not. What's there to be afraid of?
This how?
Oh, don't be. You like doing.
It's like all like the horror movie stuff. Like it's a cold October night, a crash of thunder and lightning, and then the old man tells a scary story. Like, oh, I made these dolls about 10 years ago. It'll be fine. Stay with us for the night. Nothing bad will happen. Of course, everything will happen bad. Are you a fucking moron? I love it. It's all like predictable shit. I love it. It's hilarious. The crazy, slutty bitch girl, no offense to women, but they always have a slutty bitch girl that screams and crawls to safety instead of running. I don't know why.
I'm a doll maker. I make the most wonderful toys.
Oh my gosh, a woman got murdered in her bed. She was trying to sleep, and then all of a sudden these dolls came to life and murdered her. That's not good.
Soldiers, ballerinas. Nobody wants a doll that's special anymore. That's one of a kind.
A teddy bear comes to life and is chasing these guys through a cemetery. Oh, it's fucking over with. Oh my lord.
The weather brings out creativity. It helps me in my work.
What kind of work is that? Witchcraft?
Oh my god! A woman just got her face smashed into a wall. This makes no fucking sense. I don't know. This one just looks too cheesy. This one, I don't know. I don't know about this one. And then I just found another one, Visions. This one's called Summer Camp Nightmare. Oh, God, here we go. This is going to be another rip-off of Jason Voorhees. I don't know. Have you ever seen that one, Visions? Summer Camp Nightmare, made in 1987. Let's watch that one. And then I think Fears is going to call it a night. Let's watch this one. So, I've never even heard of this one. This one's called Summer Camp Nightmare, 1987.
Revolution! To the 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 revolution!
Our lead feature for May, Summer Camp Nightmare. What started as a summer of fun.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, come on, anybody can cross that thing. Oh, yeah?
Became a nightmarish game.
I'll do it if you'll do it.
In this camp,
oh my god, it's that fucking guy. That guy must have done a lot of horror movies in the 80s. Visions, it's that fucking guy that that's in part 6 where he's driving the RV, the real tall guy with the flowing like mullet hair, and he like makes out with the hot sexy chick, and he's driving and he gets a knife to the head, and then he was in Iron Eagle, that flying movie. He was in Phantom of the Mall. He must have done a lot of cheesy horror movies. As soon as this trailer started, I was like, that fucking guy, I don't know his name, but he gets killed in a major way in Friday the 13th Part 6. But you know what? At least he got to make out and have sex with like a hot naked chick in an RV before his death. So, but as soon as this started, I'm like, oh, he's doing another summer camp movie. I'm like, okay, and he has the same flowing like poofy mullet hair. I was like, I don't know the guy's name, but apparently he did a lot of 80s movies.
They'll be killers.
Some of us have been talking, and we've decided to take over the camp.
This looks horrible, but like in a good way. In a good way. This looks. I think I'll have to add this one to the list. This one looks pretty funny. This one looks really funny.
From now on, you do exactly as I say. Do you understand?
Franklin! 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 Franklin!
Apparently they really like Franklin, you know? They're either saying, like, to the revolution, or they like Franklin. So, alright.
Here is the latest decree of the Supreme Revolutionary Committee.
Controlled by the deadliest one of them all, a maniacal leader.
Yes, sir, General.
His punishment is to cross the rope bridge.
No way, Franklin. I'm not going to do it.
Oh, yes, you are. Get him out there, Runk.
Oh, you are. You're gonna walk that fucking rope. You know, and you do what I say, because I'm motherfucking Franklin. Oh my god. That's funny. Funny. Alright. Well, that was funny. That was funny. Alright. I think that's going on the list. That one was funny. Summer Camp Nightmares. It's like a super, it's like, it's I don't know, Vision, it's a mixture of like Sleepaway Camp and Friday the 13th. It's like totally, it's a total ripoff of like Friday the 13th to like the most, like to the most intense degree. So, all right. Let me see. Summer Camp Nightmares. 1987. Just look at all the... I mean, they made so much cheese in the 80s, you know? Well, I'd say, like, at their peak, they made so many horror movies and cheesy comedies and cheesy sci-fi, like, in the 70s, 80s, and 90s. So much shit. I mean, this list has well over probably 300 cheesy movies. And it just keeps growing and growing and growing. Alright. I'm taking off. My friends. But what a good stream. What a good stream. Man, oh man, oh man, oh man. 1981's The Funhouse. Alright, Spiritual, I will watch that next stream. Just remind me. Vision says, I've never seen that one either. Okay. Well, it looked like, I'm telling you, it looked super cheesy, but like in a good way. And then, to me, it looked like a mixture of like Sleepaway Camp with every Friday the 13th movie kind of meshed together. I don't know. I'm thinking Franklin's the killer because he was like, I'm gonna punish you. You're gonna walk this rope bridge, you know, or I'm gonna beat the shit out of you. And the young kid's like, I'm not walking on that rope bridge. And he's like, the hell you're not. Oh, you're gonna fucking walk that rope bridge, you know. If I have to beat it out of you, you know. I'm like, okay. I would walk that rope bridge. Franklin seems like a fucking nutcase. I don't know. That's just my first thoughts. I guess we'll find out. I'd say, I'll be honest, Vision, the best horror movie I've seen recently, probably The Burning. The Burning was a real good one. The Burning was a really good one right here. Or, what was the other one I recently watched? Invasion, the remake, Invasions of the Body Snatchers. The remake was so good. I really enjoyed that one. So, those two are like really good ones. I can't wait to watch the original Invasion of the Body Snatchers. So, But those two were really good. And then I can't wait to dig into some of these classic ones. Because some of the classic ones I've seen, and some of them I haven't seen at all. And then some of them I've only seen a tiny bit. So I can't wait to get into some Dracula and some Invisible Man and some Wolfman and some Mummy and Bride of Frankenstein and the Gill Man, Creature from the Black Lagoon, Frankenstein, and the Phantom of the Opera, my friends. Oh, yeah. And then, what's another? I mean, Chopping Mall is always good, and Thanksgiving's always good. I'll be honest, that Valentine movie was alright. That one was pretty good. Because I thought it was going to be a ripoff of My Bloody Valentine, and Valentine, they just dressed up as Cupid. And then Urban Legends. The best scene, Visions, if you haven't seen it, I'm not going to keep telling you to watch it, but let me know when you watch it. I know you're a very busy guy, but watch it. Solely for this one scene. The fucking, like, I wouldn't call him a jock. He's kind of like the guy in high school and college. He wants to impress everybody. He wants to be cool with everybody. And, like, the killer calls him up, and he's like, oh, my God. He's like, are you going to murder me? You know, and then he's, like, taunting. He's taunting the urban legend, like, killer. He's like, oh, my God, you're going to kill me on the phone. It's going to be an urban legend. And, man, he dies. He does die, but in a major way. But I was fucking losing my mind because he's, like, taunting the killer. He's like, oh, God, oh, what's a guy to do? And then he's like, boo hoo hoo, you know, and I'm like, you are so dead, buddy. I'm like, you are fucking taunting the killer. I'm like, that's not good. I'm like, you're just gonna piss the killer off. And oh, does he piss the killer off in a major way? And then the killer attacks him. And he's like, oh shit, oh, he's like, I take it back. I'm like, oh no, there's no take backs. I'm like, he's in mid kill. The killer is in mid kill. Oh, man, it's a funny one. I'm telling you, though, watch it. It's hysterical. Oh, God, I was dying of laughter. It was fucking hilarious. I was like, this guy is so dead. You never want to, taunt the killer, you know. As soon as, if I would have got on the phone, as soon as I would have found out that I was talking to the killer, I'd be like, oh, shit, click, I'm fucking out of here. You know what I'm saying? You know what, Spiritual? I'm in a really good mood. Let's watch 1981's The Funhouse, because I don't think that's on the list. Will it make the list? Will it make the list? I think that'll be the last one. No, I don't think that's on the list. All right. This will be the last one I watch, and then I need to take a shower, and I need to make some dinner, and I want to edit a little content before I go into work, but I appreciate everybody watching the stream. It's been a good show tonight. And I got to review a lot of movies. And I'm looking forward to watching these two. Alright, let's see. 1981. Well, hang on if I could type. 1981. Let's see. The Funhouse. The Funhouse. I've never heard of this one. Let's see if this is... Alright, Spiritual, here we go. Oh, Lord, it's got a picture of a creepy clown. Oh, man. You know, I've never been afraid of clowns. I know Tinder Immortal said she used to be afraid of clowns, and then I guess she got over her fear of clowns, because anytime you see Tinder Immortal on a stream or a YouTube video, she's wearing her clown makeup. So, I guess she got over her fear. So, let's see. When was this made? 1981. Oh, Lord. It's kind of an old movie. All right, let's watch it.
Oh, my God. That was really inappropriate.
I have to tweet for all my friends.
Oh, gosh. I forgot.
All right, here we go. Well, we're off to a bad start because some girl just screamed her lungs out. So, we know that she's dead. All right, let's continue on.
Who will dare to face the challenge of the monster? Who is mad enough to enter that world of darkness?
Something is alive in the funhouse.
something not alive like its father, something better dead, something that
Oh man, this is creepy.
the form of a human, but not the face.
This better be good.
It's gonna be great. Something that feeds.
I love that like jock guy. He like gets in like the funhouse ride spiritual and he like looks right over at like his baby. He's like, this is gonna be great. Nothing bad's gonna happen. I'm like, you are such a fucking moron. Everything is gonna happen badly. I just love how like these typical horror movie things like, nothing bad will happen. I'll be right back. You guys want a beer? You're a fucking moron. You don't ever say I'll be back because you won't be back. I think everybody's learned that. I mean, they explain it in Scream 1. Oh, actually, they explain it a couple times in the Scream movies. Which, by the way, I did enjoy Scream 6 when the ghost face was killing people in New York. That was a solid sequel. So they just didn't have enough Sidney Prescott. They had 0 Sidney Prescott in number 6. But someone told me that they're making Scream 7, and it's going to be all of Sidney Prescott. Because you guys all know that I've got a big, big crush on Neve Campbell. Who wouldn't? I don't care that she's almost 50. She is smoking hot. Sidney Prescott for life. Ooh, I want some of that. Literally, if Neve Campbell knocked on my door and was like, Fears, I know I'm old, but do you want to get married? I'd be like, oh yeah. Yeah, we can do that. We can definitely do that. You know? She's a hot, sexy babe. Always. Neve Campbell it up. Oh yeah.
Blood of young innocence.
Come on, here we go. This is it.
Something that tonight will turn the funhouse into a carnival of terror.
Great cheesy 80s special effects. I'm liking it. So far, spiritual, I'm sold. I'm like, this is looking good. It's not too much cheese. It's just enough cheese. It's looking pretty good.
I don't know what that gun is. I just want to get the hell out of here.
I just want to get the hell out of here. So do I. So do I. So why don't, like, the nerd, he's got, like, big, like, 80s fucking poofy glasses, like, that fucking big on his face. He's like, I just want to get the hell out of here. Then fucking leave, you moron. Just leave the funhouse and never return, and you'll probably live. Oh my lord, there's a dead, rotting corpse in the funhouse. Well, that's not good.
The Funhouse, coming soon from Universal Pictures. The Funhouse. It's a carnival of terror from Tobe Hooper.
Oh, Tobe Hooper. He directed. Wasn't it Last House? Oh no, not Last House on the Left. I believe it was the Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Who terrified you with the Texas Chainsaw Massacre?
There you go. I knew it was one of them. I was like, I couldn't. I still need to watch Last House on the Left. I saw it a long time ago, and I know they remade it, and I haven't seen the remake, and I've never seen the original, so I'll have to add that to the list too. Spiritual, I liked the Funhouse. I think that's the last one I'm going to add to the list tonight. But get ready for Fears to watch Rotor. That's coming soon. I already bought it online. They said it would get to my house in a couple days. Just the premise of it sounds hilarious. Some robot cop that they're totally ripping off Terminator and RoboCop. I mean, in a major way. Mixed with, like, Judge Dredd. It's the future of Los Angeles. 25 years into the future. All, like, crime rate is at an all-time high. All hell has broken loose. Well, it's about to break loose even more because that robot cop is going to go fucking psychotic and just murder everybody. I'm looking forward to it. All right, The Funhouse. The Funhouse. 1981. All right, there we are. Good selection, Spiritual. I appreciate you referring me to that one, because that one looked hysterical. That one looked funny. All right, well, I think it's about time to sign off, my friends, but I hope you enjoyed the live. I want to shout out to my friend Randall for coming on today. Big shout out to all the fans for staying with me this entire time. Cheers to Randall and cheers to you guys. But Fears has got to skedaddle. I don't even know what I'm going to have for dinner. Maybe a soup and maybe a salad, because I've been doing good. I have not done any fast food in quite a while. And I've been eating healthy. I've been trying to get to the gym at least 3 days a week. You know, Fears doesn't have to be chiseled, but I definitely want to lose a significant amount of weight. So, we're getting there. We're getting there. Anyway, Fears loves you guys. Fears cares about you guys. Thank you guys always so much for supporting FearsMan26 and Fears Vlogs. I can't thank you guys enough. And don't forget to like, comment, subscribe to FearsMan26, the main channel. Fears Vlogs is channel number 2. Check out my friend Randall at Cameo Man 2021 and his second channel, The Mayor of Magic. Check out my buddy Chicken Wizard. Chicken Wizard, you're such a cool guy. You need to make some content, man. If you guys have not seen the new video on FearsMan26, Chicken Wizard makes 3 cameos. So it was so cool to hang out with him and have him be in a Fears Vlogs, or a vlog, just in general. Not a Fears Vlogs, because it's on the main channel, but just a vlog in general. Especially a Toy Man show, which I have not been to in quite a while. The last one I went to was 2 years ago, and then this recent one, you know, was just a couple of weeks ago whenever I was in Missouri. Check out Tommy NC 2010. All right. He's awesome. All right, this is Fears, signing off. Peace, deuces, shabadunk, gung, and I'll see you guys later.